me pin it. I wish I could just leave it on here. But I really can't.
Oh, that's really going to leave a mark. Neil Brennan? Oh, I wonder what happened to Neil. Did something happen? She shouldn't put up pictures of my brother. That's doxing. That's doxing.
New emoticons, by the way. Ozone, can you send Chad Z some love for defending you? He's trying to hit it, though. I actually talked to Chad for the first time the other day, and he was actually super, super kind and reasonable, oddly enough.
Whoa.
But yeah, Chad and I are good.
Pee poop.
Which Chad? Which Chad? Chad Zumach or Clearwater Chad? Chad spoke to her? They should do a show together. I'd watch that.
Yeah, nice. If you want to answer that, cool. If not, cool. Just Jules says he's upset because ExxonMobil and Shell cut off his supply. You know what? Thank you for saying that. I'm going to bore the shit out of some people, I'm sure, here in a minute with science. But yeah, never ever have I bought drugs from a gas station or head shop or anything in between. But how's your tummy feeling today, Mersh? Aw, poor feller.
Oh, so she's saying cautionary tale. She's saying don't buy heroin at the gas station, like Mersh and Carmix do. So she's badass and she's sensitive and traumatized, but she doesn't buy drugs at gas station.
Or for hire. Oh, listen. I need to probably need to look into that, don't I? Ghost Crusader, CV Haley, please stop. You were never on a Peacock documentary for 2 minutes talking about a wrestler. You are not a big star like
Oh, she's our new leader. We got the king and the queen, Melton and this clown. They're the leaders. They get a king and a queen of the prom like that Billy Joel song.
I could have easily led with that. I could have easily led with like.
They could have easily led with what the fuck happened. Because you're saying people are making all this up, this internet lore, then a lot of creative writing. So tell us what happened. Tell us what happened.
Hold on, watch again.
See, Nick and Fort Wayne.
Why won't they tell us what happened? Oh, there's Brian Landon. Why won't they tell us what happened? Does anybody know? Maybe the sorcerer can explain it. Why will people delay the inevitable? Is that going to be a win for her? She's going to cover all bad people before, and she'll be like, compared to all these bad people that I just covered, I'm not that bad.
Thing. And I did, and I have. So whatever happens now, is pretty cool, I guess. Whatever.
See, Nick and Fort Wayne.
Oh, now she's cool. Now she's easy going, but I thought she said she was going to be traumatized. There was a trigger alert before the show started. I've 100% purchased substances from a gas station. I've got 5-hour energy. The show would be called Mud Shark and a Z-Man. How many kids does she have? I mean, it's unbelievable. And they all traumatized there, but it's our fault.
Do not take it. I was sick. I was having withdrawals. I lost 25 pounds in.
All right. Early bird raid on Super Chats today. Let me get my heroin. Did she cop to slang and horse yet or not? Been there. She won't cop to anything. She's got to cover all bad people, people worse than her, and then she's going to get to her. Will she humble herself? No, she's got to grift it. Well, this is early, Dick. Sarah send you a care package. I'm skipping my 11 a.m. meeting for this. I canceled my dentist appointment. Danny G. Thanks for this. She's a total hypocrite. No wonder her and Pat get along. 2-pill junkies, 100%. 100%. But the fact that she's going to try to milk this for 5 hours, and cover all the people that are so much worse than her, and then finally get to, oh, you guys made all this stuff up. Tell us what we made up. I'd love to know. Thank you, Danny G. Night of the Long Knives. Night of the Long Knives win. Okay, I got to move on if I don't get them. Trauma Dashboard, Flimsy. Get on it. At work, can you put captions on? I don't even know how to do that. Do I? Do I know how to do that? Adam. Well, she's a real hero. Yeah, she's badass. She's been traumatized, all the things. She's everything. She's everything to everybody. A little person time never hurt anybody. Builds character. Just saying. A little prison time. Little person. A little prison time never hurt nobody. Builds character. Just saying. She should wrap this up by hooking up with Granny. Yes. Yes. It's on a level I don't even. I mean, if people are saying you did it, and then she's saying it's all folklore, and then she won't cover it. Yeah, stick it to everybody by hooking up with Granny. Stephen M. Yes. Thank you for yesterday, sir. And today. And now look who's here. The man himself, the legend. It's an emergency broadcast. Get it? Anyway, back to counting small sums of money. Whatcha? Broadcast. Get it, everybody? Because she's a broad. All her fans are junkies like her. We stand with MLC. I don't. I mean, I don't want to sound like an idiot, but I mean, if people stand with me, that's fine. But the reality is, like, she's a clown. She's an absolute clown. She's again, I don't watch her show, but whenever I do, she's sitting on a soapbox judging everybody else. And then when she gets judged, she's like, you guys have it wrong. I'm badass. Yeah, I'll have to, let me read these first. Somebody's telling me how to do the CC. But, yeah, so you just got to laugh. You just got to laugh. So she thinks that we're going to be like, yeah, Karmic's the problem, or Steel Toe's the problem. But again, her whole show is just sitting there and judging people, how terrible people are. And then friends out, she might be terrible than everybody else combined. Hey, KB, destroyed his trauma, llama, and fuck Chad Zumach. Her and Chad are friends. I think she might be, I think she's directing his new special. Thank you, and thank you for the support. But again, this was my passion project. Once I saw everybody sweeping for her last night, I'm like, I gotta watch this. And I woke up early. I didn't even get a full night's sleep. I was so excited, like the day before Christmas Eve, I think they called, and I couldn't even sleep last night. Big Red's reputation is zero now. The H train has left the station. I got it right here. Got myself an H hat. So when I walk around, people know what I'm looking for. I got the H hat. The H train. Yeah, but she'll be like, no. So for a couple of days, people talk about her, and then they'll move on. I hope she becomes friends with Chrissy Mayer. Chrissy Mayer's going to have to walk her through this. I mean, I didn't even, I thought that you guys would, hey, Clearwater Chad said Haley Heroin Fuckle was framed like, he did? Fucking idiot. Stick it to him, Austrian, is this Austrian? Austrian 50? Yes. I know that's not Moody. I wish I could talk to Moody. Yeah, for 3 hours. Thank you for all the Big Reds on my show. People call her Big Red. Big Red number 1. Big Red number 2. Big Red number 3. But again, I understand when I snipe her, It might make her some money, but I don't really give a fuck. I already been through this. With Ray DeVito and whatnot. So I understand it might make her some money, but like, I'm still gonna watch it anyway. So I might as well fucking watch it like this, because otherwise I'm gonna have to rely on clips and whatnot. And I'd rather watch it in real time as much as possible. I wish I could talk to Moby for 5 hours. Wait till Haley's OnlyFans and Voodoo Donut story drops. Is that a fact? She's QAnon too. According to Melton, credit card misunderstandings is worse than trafficking H. According to Melton, credit cards misunderstandings are trafficking H. Yeah, and Chad's alleged credit card misunderstandings were a victimless crime. Is there a victimless crime when you're trafficking heroin? I mean, these guys are sad. They're all sad. They're going to be like, I don't even think it's true. And if it is true, it's not even bad. With everyone admitting their past misdeeds, I feel I must admit I received a jaywalking ticket 20 years ago, so please forgive me. 5 cent KB. Yeah, we're going to let it slide because I'm going to sweep for Gustav. What about the trauma her victim suffered? What about that? She's heavily addicted to painkillers now. I heard that. I don't know if it's true. Maybe she'll cover it. If I get some of Ricotta's kid's hair and some of Haley's hair, can I use to make a speedball? First of all, you shouldn't even joke about it, Sarah, and this is serious. But she's traumatized by it, but she's also badass because of it. I tried methadone and subsidone and vitriol, none worked. Is there an angle from what she isn't winning? Haley worked for the quartering. Oh, she did? Wow. They all find each other. These fantastic losers. It's amazing. It's amazing. Their show would be called Mud Shark and a Z-Man. I think I already put that up. That's a good one. Because I guess she, yeah. I 100% purchase substitute. Oh, yes. Then you're a winner. She talking about me? Lady, I never sold heroin. No, but she'll say you're worse because something that Melton told her to say or Pat Dixon told her. We can see through her like she's clear glass, KB. Complete grifting. I'm doing 2 hours later about how I pooped in a car in 98. But you're badass. You're right about the hailstorm. I'm just watching. Again, I know I don't watch her show, but I know her whole show is sit there and pontificate about how terrible whoever she was. Mostly the people that they all watch. Steel Toe Karmics with that fucking monotone, humorless fucking, it's unwatchable. It's unwatchable. She doesn't make any money, but she thinks she's like a broadcaster. And she's now she's friends with all the cool guys. Tukey and Melton, Pat Dixon. If attacking people with deadly weapons is cool, consider her Miles Davis. What about Kenyatta Bryant? How cool is he? Zumak teaming up with Haley is the final nail. Her hands up. Her hands go under the desk every time she brings my picture up. Fing tu blas tu. I don't know what that means. I think that's Chinese.
Joke that my last name sounded like it should be some kind of a pie company, so I made just a real quick Hornbuckle Pies. You can get that in different colors. It's cute. I like it. You like it. We all like it. That's at prettyantisocial.com. Go get yours today. All right, so let's get into it.
Oh, she's been saying for almost 2 hours now. Let's get into it.
Short. So I'm kind of thinking I might just skip it. The Toe came on Sunday and was talking about his anniversary show and all that stuff, right? And nobody cares, so we could probably just go ahead and move on to Monday when he really thought he got me. Now, mind you, with this, I'm going to be jumping back and forth quite.
Huh?
Before I do this. Even this, I've got planned out, you know?
She's got it all planned out like her heroin. I'm going to do heroin in the morning. I know I should do it at the end of the day because it makes you a little lethargic.
First of all, rest in peace, Jackie, who passed away, obviously, on Monday, August the 10th, the same day that this information dropped in. I just find that fascinating.
Oh, see, it's called The Lore Writers Are Getting Creative. That's the name of the show. But why won't she tell us how we're getting creative? Why won't she discover it? I mean, cover it. Now she's talking about a bird? Huh? What? She's talking about a bird.
No wonder you.
Wow, when is she going to get to it? I might need a 5-hour energy. This is getting really exhausting. This is really exhausting. I know it's gonna be this. I don't know it's gonna be this bad. I know she's gonna be dragging it out this badly. I know she's mad. She's mad at me. She's mad at me because I'm affecting her numbers. If I was cool like her and Melton, I would have just let her do a show by herself. But I was gonna watch anyway.
I like your show. I watch it all the time, etc. I don't, whether or not it's even a troll, I don't care. But they were like, I just want you to know that I was looking into you a little bit and I found this. And they sent, a link to this arrest report. Well, actually, it was what you saw there, the photo mugshot from like a newspaper roundup, right? And it said basically that they like what I'm doing and they think I'm doing a good job and that they just don't want Aaron to have ammunition against me. And I thought, first of all, fuck him. Not the person that wrote the email, but Aaron. Second of all, it was one of those things where I couldn't quite gauge, like, is this a oncoming threat? Like, should I be prepared for this hidden today, tomorrow? Either way, it doesn't matter. And I thought, well, who cares? I'll handle it whenever it
She's badass.
And that's what I'm doing now. It just happened to take another 1.5 years for anybody paying any attention, which is cool, I guess. Whatever. It doesn't change anything for me. You know what I mean?
Right. She's still winning.
What's done is done.
She's winning.
But Aaron decided to open up his show with us on Monday. Of course he did, right? And listen, to be fair, I pick on Aaron a lot. I talk a lot of junk. I expose things with him that he would rather I not. I have more information than I probably, I'll put it like this. I pace myself with the information that I have with Aaron. Okay. And he'll take any win he can get, especially when it comes to a woman.
Oh,
now,
right.
If he gets,
It's a
and
woman
for me,
thing.
I trigger him to death. I don't know. I trigger him. He does not like you, girl. He does not like me at all. Nor should he, I guess. But I'm still fair. I give him his wins when he gets them. When he's right, he's right. I say, hey, man, you make the goal most of the days. I can't take that away from you. Your show sucks. And your character as a human being is dog shit. But, there are
This is coming from a heroin addict.
times where you hit the goal. So what can I take from
He's
you?
got how many baby daddies?
Yeah, nothing. So
Literally white trash. Literally white trash.
curious. There are people in this space that have known everything since day one. Not one of them ever did anything to point people to my last name, what I do for work, my family, none of it. Because they had respect for me and they knew where the line was drawn.
Right.
Whenever we've gone over things with Aaron, I redact all the pictures, faces and stuff of the minors that may be involved. I redact all of the names and birth dates of the minors that are involved, the addresses. Like I really
She's a class act. She's a class act.
try to do. I try to be thorough to protect people that should not be wrapped up in this, right? So Aaron, on the other hand, does the opposite. He has doxed chatters. He has doxed. He's actually sent a lot of his audience to go and reach out to other people's employers. He has mobilized and weaponized his audience.
I like how people go after Steel Toe, like everybody goes after Steel Toe, just like they go after Carmix. And then when Carmix or Steel Toe kind of reacts and defends himself or have something on somebody else, then they're like, this is not right. This is not right what he's doing. Again, anyone can do whatever the fuck they want. You did heroin. That's illegal. It's basically a free country. Some things are illegal. But like I said, when people go, oh, you did this. Yeah, I can do what I want. I can do what I want. I can snipe you right now. She'll be like, Kevin should do this. You shouldn't do heroin. How about that? So I can do whatever the fuck I want.
I'm going to deal with that today too.
When? What time?
So,
what time?
He opens up the show Monday. We're getting to replay it. Monday.
The whole show? We're around 3 hours of steel toe.
Evening, and I can only assume this morning as well, have been about me. And that's fine. Let him have it. But I want you to watch. There's a couple things I want you to watch when I hit play with this. I want you to watch the joy in this man's face as he's talking.
You know what we should watch? We should watch Pat Dixon and Melton and Tukey sweep for her. That would be better. Because you can't have joy. You have to sweep for just literally white trash.
He thinks
because they're all white trash. Pat Dixon, Melton, Tukey, they're all white trash as well.
That this is a win for the toe. Sure. That's fine. At the end of the day.
Oh, she's okay with it. She's okay with it. She's.
Is a fun-loving character. They don't know the old guy. That guy was scary. That guy was mean. This guy's fun. This guy teases and mocks. Do you guys, some of you know what I'm talking about. The rest of you, some of you may not want to talk about it at all. Some of you may think it's gossipy and
like I said, I've got some AC guys here fixing the AC.
gay. But this morning we played a clip. And it was of someone accusing Hefty Haley, old barbecue sauce Haley, the mud shark. They were accusing her.
She's so sick. She'll act like, but she loves the attention. It's just the most fucked up part about it. She's like, I'm badass. I'm traumatized, but she loves the attention. She loves the attention. She's like, everybody's talking about me. That's why she's milking it like this. It really is unfucking believable. She's gonna do a 5-hour show about herself. I mean, the instincts on these people is just really fucking pathetic. I mean, now I'm dragged to it. Now I got a cola. I got to drink for breakfast. I got to drink a cola. And what is that gonna do? More damage to my teeth. But I got to stay alert. I'm already like running out of steam.
Get hit. So if I were currently taking all these things on top of kratom, it's almost like it cancels itself out in a way. Like it doesn't.
Knows a lot about drugs,
right? There's no opiates whatsoever in kratom, and I'm going to show you the difference between powdered kratom that
it's like summer school now.
I take, and I've done a lot of research on too, and this 7-0 bullshit that everybody seems to think. And we saw Brian Landon was apparently hooked on after a week. I've never tried that. I've never even seen it. But there is a big.
Now she's accusing Brian Landon of doing drugs.
To everyone, it does matter. Just like these next claims,
I'd never heard of before, and they said that she used all of those. And I played that, and I talked about it, and I said, "Wow, if that's real, that's crazy because those drugs are like for in."
That she vapes. What is she vaping?
We'll get there. Strap in. You don't have to have done the whole.
Strap in again. We've been strapped for 2 hours. Get to something.
No.
So Big Red, Rocky Dennis, Barbecue Sauce Haley.
Hell yeah.
She got all in her feels. Old Hales was in her feels, and she said, we triggered the shit out of her, and she went, Aaron, you slandered me. You slandered me, Aaron.
That was the first day when you said the things that you said about me. And even right then, I was like, whoa, now hold on. Nobody needs another court case, and I certainly don't. But like, come on, bro. It's one thing to sort of exaggerate, but just the complete utter bullshit that has come out of your mouth this week is kind of impressive.
Tell us what he lied about. Tell us how he slandered you. When's she going to cover that? Hour 4?
You're going to get a court case. I think she just wants a court case so she can show the files on her show. She's running out of material.
Honestly, that'd be great. And I'm not running out of material. I have plenty, actually.
Everybody has the same cope. They're all doing great. Pat Dixon, Bob Levy, they're all doing great. Melton, a hunchback, child pornographers, guys who do coke with their kids. They're all doing great. It's a miracle. Everybody here is doing great.
Anything, anytime soon. Okay. Look, let's roll the dice and see what happens. Oh. Anyway, point being, I'm good, bro. You're the one that's running out of ideas.
Not very bright. She doesn't know the rules of broadcasting.
I don't. And I said, at least he went to Brown, college and is, I don't know, certified for a dead career. I mean,
what?
Okay.
I never once said that I knew for a fact Haley was doing Ovana or fentanyl or
what is Ovana?
Or what was the other one? Kratom. I don't know. I know that this Electra says she does. And if that's the case.
If Electra says it, well, listen, that 20-year-old registered nurse who is now retired did not know the difference as far as liver or kidney and how the damage was done to both of those organs from opiate use. She also didn't know what the LD50 was, and that's at least a lethal dose, and that can be across all medications. She didn't know what that was. So, but if she says it, the cartoon lady with the big boobs that like crashed out and cried, looking for attention immediately after soft doxing me on Monday, that bitch, yeah, if she says it, then guess we have to believe her.
Haley, you might want to talk to this Electra, because if she's lying, whoa.
Wait a minute. You just reminded me of something. Give me 1 second.
Whenever she says that, I get a little, because I'm sure people are telling, here's what you did when Brennan's watching you. She's accusing you of being a druggie. Steel Toe begs for money or is asking for money 80% of his show, but not sure how or why he has a following. Steel Toe begs for money or is asking for money 80% of his show, not sure how or why he has a following. Yeah, that has nothing to do with me. I really don't. I don't watch a show. I don't get up early when I do. I don't watch shows. Big rare hair bushes in his E-Man's future. Could you imagine? The Dalvers would break. If this is so funny, why wasn't she pushing all this merch voluntarily? I know. Haley just said on a show that despite experiencing intense shame and anguish from judgment, she doesn't regret judging karma. It's mental illness. It's mental illness. I knew this. I knew last night. Again, I didn't have to watch the shows to see what they're watching. I didn't go to the flimsy board. I didn't just go to YouTube. But whenever I checked it on Melton with no sound, I could just see he's watching Steel Toe. He's watching Carmix. I don't know if he watched Chad. Then he had some Michael Ray Bauer knockoff guy. And it's like, wow, these guys are absolute fucking clowns. Pat Dixon was watching Keanu the whole time with Shmuel Buckman. I mean, but they can't cover this. They can't cover this because it's not even true. She's still be in jail. And everybody's because she's a lady. We got to be nice to the ladies. But yeah, let's all cover Carmix and Aaron some more. I mean, it's not even laughable at this point. Yeah, Chad's again. I'm not defending Chad. I really don't. That's not my business model. So I don't know the Chad credit card stuff. Ask Chad. I don't give two fucks anymore. This is way better. And new. It's fresher. Steel Toe can't come on my show because people send super chats about Lady Ricotta. Lady Ricotta. I agree with this sentiment from RDRX. Yeah, and this is exactly what she's saying. Yeah, let me educate y'all. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm hooked. Setting up a GoFundMe for rehab. Call this episode Soft Doxing. Listen, man, if anybody thinks they're fooling anybody, did Chrissy Mayer fool anybody? She thought she was fooling everybody. Again, the connection is Pat Dixon. Anybody that's involved with Pat Dixon in any way, shape, or form is a loser. Sorry. Pat Dixon's a fucking loser. So Chrissy Mayer thought she was going to outsmart the internet. I didn't even know what was going on. Remember, she was like, I didn't even know that lady with the quartering. Again, I barely even knew any of these particulars, but the quartering guy with that other lady with the pink hair, and I didn't even know. And there was like, no, you knew, or you should have known. But now she's doing hey.
A lot of judgments about other people, but don't ever seem to look at yourself or address your shortcomings. I guess I'm just more transparent than you are, and that is your choice. Some people appreciate my honesty and my take on topics. The only thing I said was that she was drunk and she might have overshared, and she may wish that she hadn't the next day. I no longer watch your show, and my support does not continue. You've never done anything for my show. I don't care. I've never even noticed you in the chat. Seriously, I'm not trying to be funny. I didn't even know you were here.
No, try to be funny. Try to be something. You're dull. What's the word when you think you're always right? She's got the Pat Dixonitis, where no, I'll out-talk you, I'll outsmart you, and it's like, you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot.
So this was from Monday. Monday. At I don't have time here, but on Monday evening, she wrote me again after I'd already told her to leave me alone. And she said,
but again, that's her whole show. Doesn't her whole show, she covers other people? Maybe they want to be left alone. Maybe Karmix and Steel Toe want to be left alone. But now her and Chad are friends. I don't know where that's going to go, but that could get wild, Jerry.
You about this if you want to. If not, then good luck to you and bless your heart. Why in the living Lord? Seriously. Why?
Her pastor might be watching.
Why would I talk to you specifically about anything, let alone exclude?
She talked to Moody for how long? 4 hours?
Like, it's passive aggressive, but insulting. Like, are you the nerve of her? So then I didn't say anything. She wrote me again. So no comment. I'm giving you a chance to talk about this.
Talk about what happened. We don't care. Tell us about how the folklore, what's the show called? The lore writers are getting creative. Tell us what happened.
If you were ever a fan of this show, I didn't know. Okay. But we don't need that over here. All right. I don't need to.
Over here, she acts like she's Larry King. She has no fans. She has no audience, and they'll all be gone in a matter of 48 hours. They'll all be gone. Because again, she thinks she's winning today, just like Chrissy Mayer thought she was winning. And then remember, Chrissy Mayer did another show to cover that she couldn't read all the super chats because a lot of them were asking that Melanie Mack questions about, and it was so tired and so stupid. But again, they're stupid. They're both stupid redheads, and but they're both fans of Pat Dixon.
You would just go over there, go do whatever you got to do on that side of the fence. Okay. I'm going to do me over here.
Okay.
And any and all of the trauma that I'm getting ready to discuss.
Oh, that's why she's going into it slowly, because there's going to be a lot of trauma from her baby daddies. Right. That's why she tried to run him over with a car.
I'm just not like, oh.
But that's our fault. Somehow it's going to be Karmic's fault and Steel Toe's fault that she's a loser and she only attracts losers.
Plus, I got sent some research today that, you know what? Haley might not even use the fentanyl patches for back pain. Haley might not even use kratom. Haley might not even use, what was the other one? Ovana. That might be child's play for her.
My card, Ovana.
Because according to the state of North Carolina and legal documents I have now, Haley's much more into heroin. Heroin. Oh my, you guys.
I mean, should we start there?
Start anywhere. I got my H hat.
No, I'll let him
Didn't know about this. Well, somebody found out what Haley's maiden name is. Now that
found out. It's public record. Listen, I'm not trying to be funny, but it was literally 2 clicks away from anybody and everybody.
Okay, then why was Pat Dixon saying this is all not true? It's not even her. We don't know if it's her. Why is everybody saying that? All the people that were in Hack Media, they're all saying, we don't even know if it's her. I don't even think that's a real name.
But
why don't you just tell Pat Dixon it's all true? Pat Dixon was like, it's not true. And if it is true, she'd still be in jail. Again, Pat Dixon was wrong twice. What a shock.
I've never called you the devil, first of all. Okay, let's get real.
Right.
And your misdemeanor, I don't care about.
Oh, she doesn't care. But she's traumatized, but she doesn't care, but she's bad at. She's so many things.
Now, what you've done on the other side of whatever trouble you were in, your character, and whether or not this pattern of behavior escalates or you learn from it. I don't care about your misdemeanor. I do, because it's a shitty thing that you did.
Oh, but he's way worse.
But you're the devil. What?
he sweeps for people who are, convicted of cocaine.
Don't forget, he was charged with a felony. He wants you to forget that. He was not convicted
So was Pat
of
Dixon.
one, but he
So
was
was
charged
Pat
with a felony.
Dixon. So was Pat Dixon.
So I sweep for what now?
And she sweeps for them. I love him and he's fantastic and I just want to gobble him up. She's
Okay, listen. I'm just going to have to say it, I guess. Nick is not my type, all right? Nick is not my type. I am not into it at all. I don't, it's not physically attracted to him. His behavior is not attractive to me in any way. Gobble him up, is it? No. At the time, you were the only one saying anything. So when he was able to talk, I wanted to hear his side of it. Is that okay with
Right.
everybody on the internet?
Oh,
or do you
I
want to go
don't
ahead and
know.
grab more pictures of my dead family members to pass around?
Oh.
Is it that fucking serious for you?
Oh.
That you're willing to, and you can, it's all public,
Oh.
if it's publicly accessible, then you're not breaking any rules or anything,
Right.
but it's not exactly a good look.
Right.
I'm a bad person generally.
Her whole show is literally watching other people and judging them. That's her whole show. And now she's like, when it happens to her, she's like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing?
Really? Look, man,
She's not a comedian. She's not anything. She just sits there and judges people. And now Nick Ricotta's not her type. They're both addicted to drugs, allegedly. Maybe she wants to party with Nick's kids.
I wouldn't. I mean, there's pictures of Aaron's family. I think we have shown his dad once, but other family members that have
Other
never
than
been
that.
shown.
Other
You
than
can go back to the whole kids thing, all of that. Like there's
Other
got to
than
be a line somewhere. I know that you're not willing to stand behind that line, but some of us aren't.
lines of heroin.
And to me, that's too far. I have told people from jump, leave him. Don't mess with his real life.
Right.
Don't,
Right.
leave reviews at Coach Scott's gym.
Right.
Like just leave
Right.
people alone.
She's
We're just
telling-
watching.
Tell all her fans, back off.
But my God, like the things, and I'm not going to go over there because I don't need to. But it's like, wow, impressive. Posting pictures of dead relatives and minor children. There were pictures. It's like, what does that do for you? You
Who did? Aaron did? Show me that. Show me where he did that.
feel better?
Show me where he did that.
Does that, and how she forgives like people who may like abuse their children or their
I forgive. What?
and how she forgives like people who may like abuse their children or their
Obviously,
Nick
this
Ricotta.
is directed to Nick and only Nick, but he doesn't watch enough of this show to know anything about it. Do you think that I would be okay with anyone that abused children, Aaron?
Yes.
Or anyone
100%.
here?
100%.
Think of how many times we've covered Rev and Shanny and what they did to Shanny's children.
Rev and Shanny, who are them? I got to learn new people? They sound like a cartoon. Rev and Shanny, like something Stimpy.
Children that, wait, what?
people who may like abuse their children or their children may get into drugs. Like
Even that, I don't know. It's not my court case. It's not my family, but it's that whole thing is pretty weird.
Haley excuses that. That's fine
What?
because
I excuse child abuse? Is that what you're saying?
Aaron's a nasty guy because he has a misdemeanor.
I mean, the fact that she's picking this apart and she won't cover her own situation is just, it's very telling. I mean, she's such a grifter. She's a natural born grifter, like Chrissy Mayer and all the other grifters. But she's nitpicking this. Just tell us what happened. Tell us how, like you said in the title, the lore writers are getting creative. Tell us. I got shit to do. I really don't, but other people do. Stokely does. Stephen M probably does.
And gave them information like a little snitch bitch would. And in doing so, he fucked himself up and got himself a CPS case. Oops.
It all makes sense. She's in the club. She's in the game. Heroin Haley, they call her. Heroin Haley. Felicia Gillespie wants the link with $1, says finish her.
Now, whether or not this is her, I don't know. But you're going to have to do much better than this. If you're gunning for me.
Yeah, you best not miss. Best not miss.
No. This isn't about finishing anyone. This isn't about, look, there's only one person who's going to destroy Haley, and that's Haley. Haley will destroy herself. She's all
like everyone else, dumbass. That's your problem. No shit. We don't have to do anything to you. You've said that how many times? You're like, I don't even have to piss off my enemies. You just give them some rope and that works like that for anybody. We're all our own, like we're all responsible for our own actions. Yeah. If I'm going to do myself in, it's going to be by my own hands, not yours, not anyone else's.
Oh, so that's her new take. So yeah, I'm self-destructive, but that's cool because you're not going to do it to me. I'll do it to myself. I'll buy my own heroin. Thank you.
I think I'm pretty fun. People think I'm just like this all the time. I'm not. Am I bitter? Jaded? Maybe.
That's cool though. That's cool.
About some things. Myself. I think I'm pretty fun. I can be fun.
When?
She is someone who goes.
I don't know how to be fun when we're talking about serious things. He just said child abuse like 3 sentences ago.
I'm just here to have fun on the internet, y'all. And then someone goes, you got forehead wrinkles. I'm doing a 5-hour stream, you piece of shit.
Completely disingenuous. Whatever. like I know exactly what he's talking about too. He's got chow in his ear. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't.
He's got chow in his ear. The great Dr. Chow. He's got chow in his ear, or he literally has chow, food. He's got chow in his ear. She had a 3-hour conversation with Moody.
The curlers in the moo in the trailer park if they sold heroin at some point.
Keep digging.
Wow.
You don't even need the shovel.
Oh my goodness. It all comes out in the end.
It's all been there all along. People know.
Pat Dixon knew? When did Pat Dixon know? He could have sworn that it's not true, that your name is not Hornbuckle. And then if it was true, you'd be in jail still. So when are we going to get to that? Who's she going to cover next? Ray DeVito? Franklin Sheckler?
So he says Opana is for ex-drug addicts and users to be honest. So let's just look at that for 1 second here. And I just, obviously searched this up. Opana is a brand name for oxymorphone, a powerful opioid pain medicine.
These drug addicts know a lot about drugs.
Severe pain.
I don't know anything about it. Oxycontin. I don't know anything about anything. I know a little bit about 5-Hour Energy and a little bit about colas.
A very strong opiate. Okay. So wrong there. It's incredible how often he is wrong.
Like Pat, is she talking about Pat Dixon? He was wrong twice. He said it's not her. And if it is her, she'd still be in jail. Pat Dixon got put on the bench today for Perry because it's Bob's birthday. And Bobby knew he had to go with the first team, Perry Caravella. And Bobby will say something like, well, Pat Dixon's not available. I'll do a show later with Pat Dixon. Bob's starting to catch on. Pat Dixon's basically full-time grifter. He made Bob go on. Bob's an old guy. He made Bob go on last night, 11 at night till 2:30 in the morning. And Bob didn't make any money. Pat didn't make a lot of money either. I think he made $43. But Pat Dixon really seeks out these losers. It really is. You got to give him that.
Electra said, What she said was that I used to be on these things and I currently take kratom.
Yeah, I used to, but I still am, but I used to too.
That part is true. That's what I do. I have all organic everything, and it's not gas station.
I'm actually
Drugs?
getting mad now.
Is she?
How long
I don't
she's
know.
stalling.
But it's interesting. Haley,
Let me start for 1 second. Now, it is true because I've talked about it many times actually on the show, and it's been relevant. If I have fentanyl patches, 150 micrograms every 2 days, a Pana for breakthrough pain, and a long list of other things that I was sort of run through while I was in the pain clinic, do you think that's something that's like readily available and easy to get?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Aaron's logic is, well, can't really prove pain, so I don't know how she's getting it. Right. It would be terrible if I have shown MRIs and X-rays on this show before
Show them.
of my injuries, wouldn't it? That'd
Show
suck,
'em.
huh?
Show them.
We'll talk more about my back in a little bit, but I've talked.
In a little bit. Wait, when? What time? In a little bit. I'm going to do 5 hours? Starting at 10 in the morning? Kevy in the morning?
15 years, I guess she's been getting pills and doing this and doing that. No, I haven't. I've been sober from medication that was prescribed to me by a doctor for 12 years this October. Not any of it.
Not according to Permaseal.
In the last 3 years, I have had 4 surgeries. Other than whatever I had in my IV while I was under, I never once went to go pick up my prescription that was opiates at the pharmacy. They would call it in, and then they would blow up my phone left and right. Are you coming to get this? Are you coming to get this? No. And I never did, so they'd put it back on the shelf.
Sure. It's like when my pharmacy calls me, are you going to pick up your Lipitor? I'm like, I'll pick it up. I'm in no rush. Not like heroin. If they're calling me about heroin and whatnot, I'll be right there. But the Lipitor, they usually call me before I'm even out. But I'm like, yeah, I'll come right down. But heroin's a different story. I'm guessing, Stevie.
Drink, government cheese.
Oh, Nixon! Yay! Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, this is Chrissy Mayer 101. She's gonna make money today.
Wasn't expecting that.
Panhandler, you said she was gonna kill it. I'm ahead on the leaderboard. That's why I go live. Let's see. Because Panhandler, I'm a fan of Panhandler, but he's like, she's going to crush it. I'm like, let's see. And I understand people will give her money to stick it to me, but I'm going to watch anyway because I like to try different experiments. I like to have fun too. I like to mix it up from time to time too. Do a morning stream. Yes. So we're doing okay. We're ahead on the leaderboard. I know they'll be like, well, what about the hidden money? What about all the super tips that Melton and Moody are sending her? What about that, Kevin? What's your take on that? And what about gifted memberships that the pedophile network gets? What about them?
The word of that post is untrue. Every word.
And probation violations.
So what time is she going to? So we're 2.5 hours in. What time is she going to get to what happened to her? Is that what Moody told her to do or Melton told her to do it? Just stall. People send you money and just keep stalling. Actually, never talk about it. Say you'll talk about it tomorrow, like Chrissy Mayer did. Well, read the super chats tomorrow.
I did not have the money that I owed the state, so they locked me up. It was a violation.
Oh.
There was one other time where I hit a joint at Christmas and I shouldn't have.
Oh.
But honestly, I was in such a dark place.
Oh.
I was in such a dark place.
Oh. Oh, it's dark. Oh, is she gonna cry now?
I just didn't care.
Oh.
I had gotten to the point where I had convinced myself.
Oh.
I had convinced myself that
Why?
Everybody, people would get over it. I'd be fine. Like how I could not figure out how to pull myself out of this.
Oh.
Um,
And what happened? Super
and
tips?
I ended up, I think 3 times during this time period when all this was going on in probation and all that, having to check myself in for tendencies. So
tendencies.
I was in a dark place, but those were the 2 times that I violated. I violated because I did not have the money to pay the state, and because I sort of let go completely and said, I don't know what else to do. Who cares? And I hit a joint. So I did it.
What?
I did it. I've never said I haven't. And I did my time. We'll get there when I get to the charges.
When are we gonna get there? What is it? She hit a joint? No, I know, but what's hit a joint mean? Is that like hit a pimp?
They can't know the truth. The truth is she is far worse than I am. Like all of these
Emma, wait till you hear.
people, they've all done far worse than I have. They're all way bigger pieces of shit than me.
My charge was in 2010, 16 years ago, Aaron. What have you done in the last 16 years? Oh, it's funny because I have a stack this wide on my notes where it's every single sticker on there is a different case that you're involved in. And that's within the last 2 years.
Yeah, so
3 or so, I guess, if you count the divorce and all that.
statute of limitations.
I haven't had any offenses, period, since 2010.
When are we going to talk about it?
Sorry, traffic violation, a speeding ticket is not a criminal offense, especially when you go to traffic court and you pay the fine. The end. It's dropped. It's gone. That is the one and only time that I've ever been arrested, charged for something,
Right.
convicted of something.
Right.
16 years ago.
Right.
And guess what? If we are to compare resumes, successes in the
Right.
last 16 years, I still come out better
She do?
every time.
By whose
because I
standards?
earned
Pat
it.
Dixon?
Um,
Pat Dixon said, you're a
let's
good
not even
egg.
talk to, discussing family and things like that. Right, Aaron? I haven't run through a couple of different wives. I don't drop my kids off at their grandparents. Like, we can go there if you want to.
I thought she's
but
got like a
what you
bunch
need
of
to
baby
know
daddies.
is that even with this, I'm far more successful than you've been and that you will be.
Wow.
Why can't these
throwing down the
people
gauntlet.
just be honest with their audience? Why can't they
Yes,
just
I
tell their
agree.
audience, look,
Even today, she won't do it. Even today, we're 2.5 hours in, not a word other than she was in a dark place. So she smoked a joint? Right. She was in a dark place. So she's like, I'm going to try this marijuana cigarette.
I just can't explain it. I just hate his guts that much. I don't know. I feel like it would be liberating, but alas, Haley wanted to hide it from her audience. Now,
I'm sorry, was it relevant at all? Hide it.
Yeah, it's totally
Aaron,
relevant.
I've been right here all along before I even started the channel. It's my face, my name. It's on me.
No, it's totally relevant because your whole show is watching and judging other people. So it's totally relevant.
need to be thankful to me because what I'm about to show the world is a good thing for you.
I can't wait.
If somebody
No, I can't
else
wait.
were releasing this, they might think, wow, Haley's a piece of shit. Haley really sucks. Haley's a dishonest drug. Instead-
what was that? What was it? Was muted.
Really sucks. Haley's a dishonest drug.
Drug fuck? Drug what?
Instead, Haley, because it's me and everybody who's ever watched you thinks I'm the f***ing devil.
They don't, Aaron. Stop giving yourself that much credit.
No, they do.
We don't.
They do.
We don't care.
They
That's a
do.
you problem where
No,
you think
they
it's this
all care.
war
They're
and everybody
obsessed with
that
them.
talks little shit
They're
hates you. I
obsessed.
don't
They're
care.
obsessed.
I could care less
They're
whether you
obsessed with their
succeed or fail. I don't. It does
They're-
not going to change my situation at
Then
all.
why do you watch them all the time? Because Melton told you to, or you just like, he's our leader. We got to do what the leader says. We got to cover Carmex and Steel Toe and a little bit of Chad. But now she's friends with Chad, and now her and Keanu have buried the hatchet, and she don't even know. But she'll make a little bit of money today, maybe even some more. But then everyone's gonna go bye-bye because everyone's gonna see her as the fraud that she is.
Huge favor right now.
Mhm.
I'm the one breaking the news, and we'll show it.
You're not, dumbass. Not only were you late,
Why didn't when the news broke on Monday, she said, yeah, it's all true, instead of going, wow, you guys are nuts. And what were we nuts about? What was made up? Sounds like a Ray DeVito thing until Scheckler actually just made a documentary where he's like, I never got into 2 accidents in one day. It's like, no, you did. Oh, well, Scheckler's obsessed. That doesn't change the fact that you got in 2 accidents in one day. So again, she acts like she's cool with it, and she's a fucking clown. I was right here the whole time. I was kind of, but even on Monday when it came out, you act like the whole thing's nonsense. Yeah, I checked out some of your tweets.
okay. And if I lose any, see you later. Adios. Nobody's going to lead with that. It has not stopped me from anything I've ever wanted to do. And it's not going to stop me after today.
Her watermark on other people's shit. Just write that
Wow.
she loves. So
He just said I put watermark on other people's shit. You mean the things that I have someone locally go to the courthouse, print off, and hand to me that you don't even have yet because it has to be mailed to you? That's my document. It's a public document
Yeah,
that I
that's not
released it first.
obsessive.
And I mainly do that for the other people that want to cover it. They know where it came from.
Right.
She even put-
but nobody cares about Steel Toe. She just said nobody cares about Steel Toe, but she's going to the court, printing documents, and then sending it to all the other hunchbacks that cover Steel Toe. But nobody even cares about Steel Toe. She just said that too.
buckle.
Correct.
Haley Elizabeth Hornbuckle, as it says here in
Very
case
legal.
number 11 CR 051647-480 in the state of North Carolina versus
Listen to the way he's reading this. In
Haley Elizabeth Hornbuckle. Let's take a look. These charges. Now we're going to jump around year-wise. Filed
First of all, Superior Court. It was a big deal.
on March 7th of
Oh, now she wants credit for it being a big deal.
Say it more time.
filed on March 7th of 2011.
Mhm.
And
This paperwork that's filed then, I really have to pull it up to look, but you can see
Yeah,
right
pull it up.
here, it says offense date 10/13/2010. We'll get there.
the case status
Get there when?
was solved and disposed on July 18th.
Right. And do you know what that means? You know what that means, Aaron?
Oh, she sounds like Carl now. She's a legal expert too.
In 18th
1, 2, 3. Okay.
of 2014. The offense was committed in October of 2010. So it took them a while to catch the elusive Jesse James of South Carolina.
It was North Carolina. It's right there in front of your face. And
Yeah. Well, we're going to throw everything out that he said then because they got the state wrong one time. He said South Carolina. It's North Carolina. Everything he's been has been, we're going to dismiss everything. You win, Haley, because he said South Carolina instead of North Carolina. He's right. I mean, you're right and he's wrong because he got the state, North and South, mixed up. Happens a lot. I always get North and South Dakota mixed up.
opiates. Some paperwork says / opioids. Okay. But we'll get there. I'll tell you the whole story. I'll tell you exactly what happened.
When?
Not because I have
When?
to,
When?
but it makes more sense this way.
When?
I feel.
What time?
Arrest date March
time?
10th, 2011. Another offense.
What time?
Wait, another offense.
Yep. Now I have no idea. Possession with intent. Is that what that means? Possession with intent.
To manufacture.
I'm not sure what PWIMSD means,
Manufacture, sell, and
but
deliver.
she got charged with a count of that. She also got charged with 2 counts of selling heroin, 2 of them, mind you,
This dumb
in just
ass.
this one case. And then we have 3 counts of felony probation.
Look at this shit. Are you okay, dude? Have I ever considered ending it? Are you okay?
Oh, she wants people to feel sorry for her. Oh, look at people they're saying. Are you okay, dude? Why you pull that up? Why would you even pull it up? Because you don't care? She wants people to feel sorry for her. People say stuff in my free chat. I don't pull it up. But she's got to pull this up. Oh, look at people are so mean to me. People are so mean to me.
Ordinate cases, consolidate.
This is so sad. She should become a Catholic like Chrissy Mayer. It really is. It really is unbelievable. Again, I knew she would drag it out. I know she does fucking 5-hour shows, but the constant. We'll get to it. It's like, just tell us. The name of the show is The Lore Writers Are Getting Creative. That's the same thing she said on the internet about how people are making up shit. Tell us what we got wrong. I know we got North and South Carolina wrong, but what else did we get wrong?
Now, I will say this. Haley's got me on one thing. I've never been a felon, and
You've been charged with a felony.
So is Pat Dixon.
Never been on.
And what was that for? Sending naked pictures of another woman to a homie of yours on air?
No, not sending. He texted a picture. Yeah, he made a mistake. The mistake he made was Gina Bisconte. It's a common mistake. A lot of people have made a Gina Bisconte. Aaron Berg, Tony Mazur, that cop in Cleveland. A lot of people. He's not alone. People have been showing pictures of their girlfriends. They're still doing it right now. As we speak, guys are showing pictures of girls they're banging to their buddies. Very common. I don't do it. I'm not going to ask. I don't take pictures of women that I've sex with because I figure it's like, because they're automatically, well, first of all, most of the time I was fornicating, that we didn't have cell phones. But even back then, I'm like, I think I had one picture that not my girlfriend before my wife. She gave me a picture, but I didn't show it to anybody because it's like, it's tacky or something. I don't know. It's not that I'm like too classy. I just think it's like a weird fucking, hey, look what I'm banging. But he was a swinger then. He was doing a lot of kratom, and he befriended Gina Bisconte, and it was a mistake. It almost killed Cumia.
13.
Now, even with this, he's wrong.
Okay, tell us how he's wrong.
Because here in a minute, he shows you something from 1999.
Tell us how
this
he's
is
wrong.
not the first thing that pops up.
Tell us how he's wrong.
In the court system.
Tell us how he's wrong.
That's all they did was go to, and I can show you. I've got everything pulled out. But they went to a website where it pulls up all like court documents
100%.
at all. Civil court, criminal court,
If Haley
family
covered
court.
Haley, she called herself lying trash. 100%.
So they did that. So what does that do?
100%.
That pops up my name if I've been in any kind of court situation, period. When I looked on that and searched myself, there were a couple of things that were on there where the state had done something, yada, yada, yada. And it was over the estate of one of my family members. And another one was something with like some kind of medical situation that didn't involve me. Like it wasn't against me.
She knows more about steel toe than she knows about her own situation criminally. Legally, she goes to the courthouse to get steel toe stuff. But with her, she's like, she don't even remember.
So I wasn't even thinking about anything criminal or anything like that. And here Haley is already in the system.
Now, this is actually, I mean, it's not a cute thing, but when I tell you what happened, you'll be like, come on.
I'm 13 years
Why
old.
aren't you going to tell us? If it's cute, tell us now. I want a cute story. I love cute stories.
State of North Carolina versus Haley E. Hornbuckle. The E stands for eating.
Right.
Harassing phone call.
Eating souls, maybe like Galactus. One of the Hates planets.
Oh,
I'm going to eat your soul.
wow,
Now, that's a second degree
Of course, he thinks of food, right?
misdemeanor.
right.
Let's be very honest about what that is.
I can't wait to see all the sweeping everybody does. Wow, she really stuck at the steel toe. Pat Dixon be like, she really stuck at the steel toe. And then is Melton going to cover this? She really stuck at the steel toe. And the fact that Melton covered steel toe last night for hours, when his story was this, and he's like, no, but it's not even her. It's not even, I don't even know. Melton's like, I don't even know if it's her. I haven't spoken to her, but Moody did for 3 hours. Melton's like, I don't even know if it's her. I don't even really know her that well.
With several times and convicted of?
Tell us what happened.
Phone calls, right? But
Tell
we saw
us
you
what happened.
harass a radio station last
Tell
week.
us what happened.
That somebody was with her man or something, and she called and she called and she called over and over and over and over again. And or she either harassed them by calling them over and over again, or called them and said something that could be harassing or threatening in nature.
Right.
Now, that's, again, that's not the biggest one. and it is the first one.
No, it's not.
But I just wanted to point out,
it actually
what
wasn't,
happened.
because here in a minute you're going to show something from 1999
Tell us
where
what
I was
happened.
18.
you know, Haley likes to talk about me all the time
She
and
does.
cope about how bad of a guy Aaron is.
Nobody copes. You just turn the camera on and start running your mouth. We don't have. No one over here needs to help you. The same way you said a minute ago that I would do myself in. It's the same thing, bro.
I can tell you this. I didn't have anything criminal going on in my life in 2000. I was 13.
Yeah, you've already told us you were 13. You probably like how stupid are you, dude? Yeah, I don't know a lot of 13-year-old criminals, though there are some. That's what
she's
juvies
got
do.
them.
But okay,
She's got them.
I was, I was just getting ready for what would become a really
did you get your period that year?
Oh, she's making
memorable
jokes now.
Viking season with Dante
Wow.
Culpepper. I was so thrilled. Haley was already getting introduced to the system. Tisk, 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 tisk. You know, you hate to see this waste of human potential.
What time's she going to cover?
this-
I wonder if he understands the difference between I'll just let him play.
One, and we're going to jump
Yeah, let
around
it
year
play.
wise.
Let's get
Now,
to what
this one we
happened.
might be going in order. So we had the 2001. Now, this one is 2001, February of 2001. Again, I was 14 at this time. Haley still not wanting to let go of that.
Who cares how old you were? It's so
Right.
funny to me. The people that have been talking about this, how
Right.
main character syndrome they
Yeah.
are. They're like, me, but me, I was
Right.
this.
It's main character
nobody
syndrome.
cares.
She doesn't do
what
heroin.
was going on with
She
you
doesn't do
while this
heroin.
was
It's
happening
guilt
with
does.
me.
Guilt does the problem.
Phone, you know, this is before text messages and phone
It wasn't.
Oh, you
2001?
again?
calls and cell phones. You had to
he
pick
was only
up like a
13. He
landline
wasn't
It
texting anybody
wasn't.
yet.
or a Nokia
We're going on
brick
3
analog
hours.
phone.
Holy
If
shit.
you wanted to
She
communicate
hasn't
threats
said
to
a
somebody.
word about what
Literally
happened.
everything
She's,
wrong.
she just tell you how Aaron's wrong. She hasn't told you about how the internet made up stuff and what actually happened. She'll cover that in hour 6. I thought she had kids. Did she have kids to attend to? Or is this baby daddy day?
Record. What I have on my record is all there is.
I mean, I'm an amateur compared to old Haley Dillinger over here. So we got 2000, we got 2001, we got 2011, which was solved in 2014. So, you know, maybe for the last 12 years, Haley's been keeping her nose clean, literally and figuratively. Let's see what else we have here. The next one we got, here we go. Another misdemeanor.
Uh-oh.
So you see, all of this criminal stuff, it builds, you know?
Does it? It might for you. It may for you.
Oh, but she was in a dark place. But then she smoked a joint. I smoked a joint because I was in a dark place. Because it wasn't building. She was doing great.
And it goes to canceled or revoked, suspended, certificate, or tag. This was
no. You didn't pay your tabs? You didn't pay your registration? Haley?
Oh, this sounds like a Chad move. No, you guys got it all wrong. I didn't pay my registration. Okay, just tell us what happened. Just walk us through it. Please, I got to go.
Misdemeanors.
a second degree misdemeanor. This is driving with a revoked or
Driving Miss Daisy.
And don't win. If you go up to the traffic place or it's traffic court and you say, hey, I realize, this lapse.
See, she's trying to make it about, it's not really about the heroin. It's just bad luck with cars. Same thing Chad says. Again, Chad's been on my show more than anybody, but it's always like bad luck with cars. Even Jeff Dye did it. My stupid car drove into a tree. But it's not about the heroin. It's about she forgot to pay her registration fee for her automobile.
She was a naughty little rule breaker, that Haley, putting lives in danger on the
I'm going
high.
to cover this later. I hope Big Sauce covers this.
In danger. Like
Way like that. They filed these charges on Christmas Eve 2008. Oh,
I remember that
asshole,
Christmas
right?
Eve.
ooh, that probably wasn't good for the.
I filed a charge. I got a ticket. They wrote me a ticket and they were like, hey, you need to go get these tags fixed. And I was like, is it art? And I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. I was like a month behind.
Right. So they threw you in jail.
One thing that he's not doing here,
Okay, then do it for us. I got shit to do.
assignment information. the further you go down on these pages, it expands, and it will tell you exactly what
Okay, why
happened,
don't you just
who
tell
was
us?
involved,
Tell us.
and what
Tell
happened.
us.
Okay, he won't do that. There's a reason for that.
No,
A
you do it.
hornbuckle
We want you to
Christmas
do it.
season. Old Haley with the suspended license hanging over
And this 2008, that's the year my father died. We'll talk about that too.
her head,
It's gonna come
driving
up.
with it. I mean, this
Oh, is that why she drove into a tree? Daddy's dead. I'm going to do some heroin. My dad died. I didn't do any heroin.
We're sheriff's deputies. So, how about, and I'm sure Kiwi Farms and any other fucking weird ass incels that think they can own people with public records already know.
Oh, and Kiwi Farms is the problem. That's what Nick Ricotta said. Nick Ricotta's like, God damn you, Kiwi Farms.
I just heard that Haley loves going through court documents. So I thought
She
I can
does,
go
if
through
they're
these
not
on my
her.
show because Haley's
Fascinating, man.
definitely shared this stuff with her audience. I mean, she's all about honesty and openness. It's not like
Integrity.
she's ever talked.
I'm so very sorry that I never told you about that one time when my tags expired and I didn't.
Right. It's all about the tags. This is all about the tags. It's a big nothing. It's all about those gosh darn tags.
My bad. So sorry.
About a drug situation or simped for someone who's done shitloads of drugs before without telling her audience this. I mean, this would be pertinent.
Wait a minute. Hit the like button too, please, while you're here. What?
Not me. Not me. Flimsy's not counting likes.
Oh, because Haley's definitely shared this stuff with her audience. I mean, she's all about honesty and openness. It's not like she's ever talked about a drug situation or simped for someone who's done shitloads of drugs before without telling her audience this.
Who do I simp for? That's a you thing, Aaron. Do you understand
That's
that?
a you thing.
'Cause
I love how these kids talk. That's a you problem. That's a you thing. That's a nothing burger. I love the kids. I love their little jargon. I love it.
Sorry. Mint Diggity says you own people with public records, though. LOL. It's always been there. No one
I-
stopped anyone from looking. No
I
one stopped
know,
anyone
and
from
then
covering.
Kiwi Farms, but she's got a problem with Kiwi Farms.
I mean, this would be pertinent information if
Pertinent.
you're discussing a drug case. Your experience with going through the legal system as
Yeah, almost like I did have an angle that I was like looking through these lenses with and said,
Right.
I was curious how it was all
She wants to help people who can't help themselves. So she's a criminal, so she wants to look at other criminals.
a situation and arrest and salacious sex, games and play and
Salacious?
swapping. Yeah, people were interested, dude. They were.
But we should but with Haley, Pat Dixon swore up and down. It's not even her. And if it is her, she'd still be in jail for not paying her registration fee for a car. You go to jail for 15 years for that?
Came out here, I even spelled my first name wrong or gave you a fake name or used a pen name or wore a filter or no, I've never hidden from any of you.
someone
Hiding right
who's
now.
Either been
Even
charged
today, her
with using
big day,
or
she won't
selling
even
or
cover it.
distributing drugs, that would be something you should tell your
Remember,
audience.
like on her birthday, she's like, no cake yet. Let's wait 5 hours. Let's wait 5 hours. And we're going to wait 5 hours. Then we're going to sing happy birthday. They're like, no, let's just get it over with. We got shit to do. No, I need everybody to pay attention to me for 5 hours.
He's going to use these interchangeably within the next couple of days. And if you know anything about Aaron, you know that it's constantly, every single time it gets a little bit worse and a little bit worse. And the things that he says over here, it's just like it accelerates. So as he goes through the
Accelerates.
days, it goes from, well, this is terrible and it's this and this to something 10 times worse. By the end of it, I heard a clip this morning where he called me a whore, which is very rude.
The compliment for you.
But he has to cope. He has to make himself feel better.
Oh, she's not coping. Pat Dixon's not coping. Melton's not coping. It's not even her. I don't even know her. And if I did, she'd be in jail.
This is about Nick. Like, Aaron, that's a you thing. That's
That's
not
a you
That's
thing.
not my problem. You're the one that fell in love with him, gobbled his goo, and then, could not quit him. That's
Oh.
not a me thing. That's a you.
I thought that was a couple of years ago. I think we're all moved on. Huh? She always wants to move on to current stuff. Let's do this. This is today. This is more exciting than Nick Ricotta's goo, allegedly. Remember Tukey had fun with that? Tukey asked that hard-hitting question. Has he ever had his goo in your mouth? Has he? Tukey, that was Tukey's highlight reel. He's ever had his goo in your mouth? I'm a Tukey. I'm a puppet.
Back to 2005, where Haley got another misdemeanor charge.
Expired registration and car tag. We're back to the same thing.
For expired registration.
It's all about parking tickets and whatnot. She didn't do heroin, it turns out. It's as much ado about nothing. It was nothing. It was just parking tickets and registration fees.
I didn't have a fake tag, dumbass.
Say she's focusing on stuff and she acts like it's you guys. You don't even know what you're talking about. So now she's gonna just try to dismiss all the other charges, more heftier charges. You see what he did with the parking thing. He's doing the same thing with the heroin. Just tell us what happened. Tell us what happened. I got to make myself a peanut butter and jelly.
Of your record, do they not? You were speeding back and forth high on cocaine and Molly, going to fuck somebody else's wife.
Oh,
you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
I was driving and had not paid my tabs. We don't call it that down here. But you were driving all.
Pat Dixon said you would be in jail. So these are the only charges that we should be concerned about. Pat Dixon said if all these charges are true, you'd be in jail still 14 years later for expired registration card and tag.
Ooh.
He said these things built. Sorry, you're lying. You know, all the other drivers on the road have to follow these certain rules. And
what? I lied about my tag being expired?
You think you're above them.
That's how I got caught. Riding with it expired. How could I have lied? Anyway.
Like I said, these things build. Stupid. And it culminates with being charged with 2 counts of.
She's got to be on some kind of drugs now, because I'm going to start needing drugs. I mean, this is unwatchable. I mean, we're going on 3 hours now. Nothing. She has addressed nothing. There's no way anyone can do this without being on some kind of drug. 3 hours covered nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because just 1 month earlier in November 11th of 2008, of course, the anniversary of the end of World War I. How dare she?
Who cares?
We have unsafe movement.
Okay, here we go.
A traffic infraction.
This is what I want to talk about.
And then we have registration. Is this like fictional? Is this like driving around with a fake registration?
What?
Or revoked registration.
She stopped it to say what?
Card. Something about canceled or revoked registration card or tag. And then she kept driving on it. No.
And that's why she'd be in jail for 14 years? Driving with an expired tag, you go to jail for 14 years? According to Pat Dixon, yes. If everything against her was true, she'd be in jail still.
During that time period, I did not have insurance. I didn't have a vehicle. I drove his car to go pick up a kid. It was a child. So I go pull up to where the stop sign is. I was getting ready to turn left. There were 4 lanes of traffic. Sorry, calm down, Carmick. I know that probably just triggered the shit out of you, but there were 4 lanes of traffic.
Yeah, it's about Carmick.
I'm sitting at the stop sign and I get ready to pull out to the left. It's raining. As soon as I got like halfway through the turn, boom. Dude comes up over the edge of the hill and hits me. It's actually the only accident I've ever been in that was
just
my
like
fault.
Chad. When Chad got T-boned when he was on that date.
I wrecked the car. It was so close to the house that I carried part of the bumper, threw it in the back seat, turned back around, went and knocked on the door, and I was like, dude, this just happened. Like I could see where we were living at from where this accident happened. Nobody was hurt. There were no injuries. It was just some damage done to both of the cars. It wasn't like a big speeding thing where anybody wasn't like totaled the car or anything. But so I tell him whatever. He's like, well, we'll figure it out. It's not a big deal. It wasn't until much later, actually, you'll see why, that I found out that he didn't have insurance on his vehicle. Something had happened with his and it lapsed. I don't know. Okay. He was terminally ill at the time and not doing great. So maybe he just didn't give a shit. I don't know.
Oh,
but I didn't know. I wasn't aware that he didn't also, didn't have
sounds like he's badass too.
insurance to cover it. So I go and handle my business, whatever, with the car. Once you've got your ticket, what are you going to do? They know that the situation with the insurance, right? So what am I going to do? I had no choice but to go drive and pick up this kid. So I do. Come home, go to bed, and I was used to hearing my dad get up in the middle of the night because he had some equipment that sort of moved with him through the house. Okay. And I'd hear him get up and go into the kitchen and things like that. And I got up the next morning.
I didn't hear him.
Like 8:39.
Oh.
And
she's going to fake cry.
The house was quiet.
She's going to fake cry.
I realized that I hadn't heard him. I didn't remember hearing him at all overnight. So I go into the next room where his bedroom was, and there he was.
Oh.
So
start crying.
Within 12 hours of this happening, I found my father's body. He had a massive heart attack. He had an issue with his heart called IHSS. It was actually really rare back in the 80s. They flew him up to Bethesda, Maryland to do like an experimental surgery, etc. It bought him 20 years. But
fake cry. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on.
That's what happened.
Let
so I found my father.
Let it out.
And to be quite honest with you, the car, the insurance, all of that, wasn't really a priority at the moment. I had to figure out how to pay my bills. I had gone back to college.
Like Ronnie Dangerfield.
I had just left an abusive situation.
Oh.
So there I was alone again, with one of my children. And I say all that to say things started moving very quickly after that and a lot of it was a blur because all of a sudden, you have to handle all the things, the funeral arrangements, the money, all the debt, whatever it may be, right?
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you got to do all these things. So
So you deal.
Okay, this was not a priority for me. I had to worry about getting to and from the funeral home. I had to worry about getting to and from preschool or whatever it was,
I know. So it's all
saying, like,
it's all about.
Does it matter? To me, obviously, but it was one day before.
Right.
And
it's all about this.
Or
it's
whatever out there
traffic
can go look.
violation.
They've already posted his picture. Whatever.
It's all about the traffic violation. She didn't have proper tags. That's why she would have been in jail for 14 years. That's why everybody was sweeping for it, because of a traffic violation. I don't even think it's her.
A car case. I just went to the DMV and bought the tabs and then went up to the traffic court and paid it.
Right.
It wasn't a charge. It was a ticket.
At the same time.
Right.
Haley, if only you would have stopped at the traffic infractions. Then we go to May of 2012. Oh, boy, this is not good. May of 2012. This is kind of the first real violent crime.
Oh, boy.
That we've seen. Unauthorized use.
Now, this one's a doozy.
Use of a motor vehicle. So she just can't get that damn car thing right. Assault with a deadly weapon. When did this one get solved? In 2012. Okay, so they got this one done within 6 months. This wasn't like the drug one. That took a while. Unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, assault with a deadly weapon, and injury to personal properties.
Ouch.
Assault with a deadly weapon.
That's
You
mean.
could kill somebody.
Was she Kenyatta
And again,
Bryant?
Hasn't mentioned this to her audience, all this talk about crime and punishment and all these things.
That's a Dostoevsky
I'd imagine if I had a rap sheet
crime
as
and
long
punishment.
as Haley's, and I don't, thank God.
Make sure you get those tickets taken care of.
Thank the Lord I am not as much of a criminal as Haley is. She has way more criminal charges than I do.
I don't.
Way more encounters with law enforcement and the legal system than I do.
Actually, even that's not true.
Thank God.
Well, tell us what's true. Jesus Christ, just get to it.
I'm better than Haley. When she talks about all these other
At least I'm better than Haley.
I'm better than Ray DeVito. That's what everybody's going to do now. I'm better than
She's high
Tukey.
and mighty about it. Has she ever been honest with
We're almost done. If you don't want to hear it, leave. I'm not going to be pushed, period, at all.
Oh, who's she talking to?
Okay.
I know we've got
Almost
salty
done?
Haley fans in the chat who are going to simp
Because I
for
want you to see how he make every single day this escalates.
her. Has she never told you guys this? So
No, she's like the summer school teacher. We're gonna do this slow, and we're gonna take this lesson very slowly. I want you all to be paying attention, even though it's hot outside.
Right here. It's me.
for all this today too, because if anyone else were to break this news for her, it might finish her off. I mean, it might undo her.
I hope to God that no one tells me what I knew 16 years ago. I don't know what I'll do. Probably just completely crash out and seethe and rock back and forth in the corner. This is not news to me. It's news to you.
Might be done. But because it's me, her Dabbleverse fans will bury their head in the sand. I'll somehow be the big...
She has fans? Imagine being a fan of this loser. I'm better than Ray DeVito.
Does it look like I care about any of that?
Oh, she don't care. Stokely's right. She don't care. She don't care about this.
Something I did that it has been...
But she's been spent 3 hours talking about it and watching it, but she doesn't care. She doesn't care what Steel Toe's saying, even though she's watching it very slowly. And she's not going to be pushed into rushing.
Mhm.
But she doesn't care.
Haley, you'll be fine.
Right.
I'm doing you a huge favor. I'm not saying I'm expecting a thank you, but I should get one.
You can suck my...
Whoa.
What else do we
I thought
have?
she didn't care. She just said she didn't care. She's so confused. I think she's on something.
Oh, my goodness.
She's back and forth. She's like bipolar, polarizing. She's over here. She doesn't care. Now you can suck something, or I can't even say it.
Or different date. Like, are you okay, brother? And
Oh, that's what
English language. Don't
Patrick
say
Mountain
that
says. Are you okay?
Let's be real. Mountain can't have everything. All right, so
Are you okay? Are you okay,
check
fat
this
girl?
out. Let's just go over it and start here from the beginning.
It's only the beginning.
Do this.
We're going to start at the very beginning.
This is my record. You can look it up anytime you want. It's NCDOC. I think it's ncdoc.gov. Look at it however many times you need to.
Thank you.
I want you to notice one thing. Right here with these dates, it says offense date 10/8/2010, right? Maybe I should. I know. I see you. Maybe I should.
I see you. Who's she say? Movie?
Maybe I should. Maybe I should make it members only.
Oh, members only.
Hmm.
Oh.
Since everybody is like pushing me to go through all this stuff and everything else, right? Like
Another grift.
maybe it's not such a bad idea, actually. Don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do it. Okay, well then I just everybody chill out. Right.
Oh, she's like the school mom. Everybody stop, or else we're gonna stay after.
13/20/10, 10/20
She's gonna make it members only, so only the members can watch.
2010, 10/20.
Because that's another grift. So then you got to sign up to be a member to watch. I won't be doing that.
About this for just a second. It matters. It absolutely matters. It's the crux of all of it.
The crux, the parking tickets.
The first offense date. This is in October 2010.
I don't even care anymore. Honestly, I don't even care. I just want her to say that it is her, and the rest is all really gravy at this point. I mean, as long as Pat Dixon looks like a clown again, and Mel and all these guys, I don't even know if it's her. She's like, no, I everybody knew it was me. They could have just called her yesterday. Hey, Haley Cornbuckle, is that you? She'd be like, sure is, fellas. Sure is, fellas. Because they were like, it's not even her, and if it is her, she'd be in jail still.
I don't give a shit. I don't
Oh,
care.
she don't give a
because I
shit
lived
again.
it, and it was terrible. It was absolutely awful. So
She gonna cry?
the first time that I was approached,
By who? Undercovers?
the first time that I was approached, it was by someone. I was at my place. It was by someone that I was very, very close to.
Your dad?
Very, very close to. By the time this was all said and done, of course, I had no doubt what had happened. But this person was a paid confidential informant who had gotten in trouble in the same county. I'm about to burp, sorry. Who had gotten in trouble in the same county with a large amount of pills, like trafficking charges. They were looking at a lot of time. Probably, I don't know for sure, but anywhere between 20 and 40 years. Like, it was a lot of weight, okay? So, this person, trying to trim things off of their sentence, started turning people in. They started setting people up. They started working with the police, and eventually did it so many times they got paid.
The old setup.
Now,
I got set up.
I wasn't originally aware of that situation. I came to understand it.
She was
But
set
like
up.
I said, this was someone who I would have never, ever
I trusted this guy.
imagined would do
I was
this.
set
to me.
up by
And I
by
hate
a
to say
friend.
that. I don't even like saying that word, that sentence there, because April said that someone did this to me. Well, someone did do this to me. Now,
Right, she's
I
different.
am 100% responsible for my actions during this time.
But she was in a dark place.
I made the decision to. But the last 2 times that this right here happened, it was by force.
Huh?
It was by physical force.
Hmm.
Now, this person
Was it Pat Dixon?
wore a wire. They wore that was involved. There was a watch that was like
Wow.
audio video that was involved. And one of these times, I think the second, maybe the third, it's been
How come I'm never involved with these kind of people? How come they never try to approach me and get me involved in pills and heroin? She just got bad luck.
them. I don't know. For them to charge me, I'm not even sure. But they come in, used my phone, went into like a different room, walking around with the phone. And I'll just put it to you like this. This was not someone that I was going to follow around to like make sure I could get my phone back. This person knocked out 4 of my teeth.
Is it Jimmy Martinez?
So I wasn't going to push it too much. But anyway, there was a bug that was installed behind the battery of my phone. So when all of this came to pass, there was not, they had me dead to rights. I couldn't say that it didn't happen. But
What about the 4 teeth?
I want you to know, like, the amount of betrayal. Like, it's, I hope no one here feels that. I've never in my life, because I just didn't. I couldn't imagine that this person would do this.
Okay, who is it? And is
But
he
they
in
did.
jail?
And so, like I said, it's something that I'm obviously responsible for, and I have been. I went to court. I pled guilty, and obviously from that point forward, like it was fast. After that, it was fast. I went on probation. I was on probation for 3 years. It was that or 5 years of prison. That was my suspended sentence. Was I could have gone straight to prison, had no other record, no other kind of convictions of anything. These little like shit, whatever, these tag things, whatever, none of that matters. I paid it off and it's gone. It's not something that sticks. But anyway, point being, it was my first offense. But, I guess they were trying to make an example out of me. I don't know. What was I supposed to do? I couldn't say it didn't happen. So I go and
Shouldn't have
handle all
any
that,
teeth.
go to the sheriff's office and all that. And they asked me to work. They were like, look, if you want to help us, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I am not going to turn around here and do the same thing that was just done to me. I can't.
She's
Why
not a
would I?
snitch.
What just happened in my situation, I would never do to another person.
She's a victim, but not a snitch.
And that was it. That was the end of the interview. They took me straight to the cell. That was when I first got arrested. But anyway, so I get on probation. That's for 3 years. That's weekly drug test with a what is that? Trying to think. Hold on, probation. I just don't want to use the wrong language here.
Yeah, God forbid. 3 hours in, God forbid.
Either
God
way,
forbid.
with this situation, what it was, it was super serious. And so I had my probation officer would drop in anytime they wanted, show up at the house. Hey, how you doing? You know, whatever. Come on and let's go do this. I had to take drug classes. I think it was like 90 hours or something. I don't even remember. Had to do that. And that was a weekly testing there. So I was getting tested for drugs every single, at least once a week. I think there towards the end, they started to sort of do like once a month or something and pop up random drug tests and all that. And then when I wasn't able to pay my probation, it was like at the end of my sentence, actually, or for probation. At the end of that, I owed X amount of dollars, and I didn't have it. So they locked me up. So I go in, and you just sit. You sit there until you have an opportunity to go in front of the judge. I didn't have any money, so I had like a state assigned attorney defense. And I never even saw the person. The first time I was able to go in front of the judge, I fired my lawyer because they never came to see me while I was I'm sitting there writing with pencil. Please come see me. I need to talk about my case.
You get what you pay for.
Never even met the guy. So I get pulled up to court. I stand next to this lawyer and I've never even seen him before. So they start talking, whatever. I was like, I need a new lawyer. I've never even seen this man. We have not discussed my case.
Morgan.
Okay. Well, is that true, Mr. Whoever? Yeah. Well, I've been busy. So they assigned me a new lawyer, which means nothing happens with the case that day. So I get a new lawyer, go back to the cell. Sat for another good little bit.
Good little bit. That's a southern term.
Got caught up another time for court. And that time I sort of, is it though? I go up, I think the second time and asked if I could be put, like have an ankle monitor. I was like, look, I don't have any other offenses. This is my first offense. I don't, is there any way that for the remainder of this probation, I don't have the money to pay you. So you've already punished me for that. Is there any way that you can give me an ankle monitor? And he was like, sure. He said, but I'll tell you what, he said, if you come here again, that's it. I'll activate your sentence, which is 5 years in prison. Boop, straight to it. So I'm like, okay. So I do that. I have my ankle monitor on then, which, boy, you want to talk about some fun stuff. And because I had sat in jail for so long, I lost everything. I lost everything I had. All my property was gone. Like I just came out with literally nothing. So I ended up at a shelter and stayed there until the remainder of my sentence. And by sentence, I mean my probation. I couldn't leave within I had a 500-yard radius. And that was several months. So now I'm at the shelter. I'm stuck here. Can't go anywhere. I did finally talk my PO into letting me walk to try to find work. So I took off walking.
Streetwalker.
And I was approved to do that. But
to be a hooker?
It was something where it's like, okay, yeah, you can go up here to the library, use the computers to try to put in applications and whatnot.
Hey, I'm in jail for heroin.
Please.
Can I have a job?
So I did. But then, the minute that the ankle monitor came off, all I had to do with that is go up to the probation office, sign some paperwork. You're all done. The end. So that was 3 years. So
we had to wait 3 hours for that.
That's that on that. I mean, it's not exciting, it's not fun, it's not flashy, but it's also not the things that
Pat Dixon said it wasn't you.
So while we're here, I might as well go ahead and show you this.
Oh, that's Pat Dixon's jaw?
Part of that original
Gino's
thing
jaw?
says what? Property damage, car theft. I still don't know what that is. Assault with a deadly weapon, etc. Now, the only thing that I could think of when I started going through this paperwork is in 2013 when there was a home invasion, which I was the victim of. 3 charged in armed home invasion. Arrested 3 people in an armed home invasion. Deputies were called to home on this. At this time, the homeowner was at the house with her 8-year-old son when a man kicked her front door open and entered the house with a gun in his hand demanding drugs. The man was wearing clothing to cover most of his body and face, The woman says the man forced her into different rooms of the house, leaving her son alone in the living room. When officers arrived, the woman said the only thing that was missing was a lockbox containing prescription drugs. Now, later, I realized that my jewelry box was gone and my phone. So deputies interviewed neighbors and developed 3 suspects as a result of the investigation. They were 20, 20, and 23 years old. They were located and interviewed as suspects. Deputies say the 3 suspects lived together and at the time of the home invasion. Investigators say witnesses identified a vehicle used in the incident, and that vehicle was owned by this person. Investigators obtained warrants for each suspect for first-degree burglary and robbery with a dangerous weapon. They were arrested November the 7th, received this bond, blah, blah, blah. In a separate incident, deputies said this person was also arrested just a few days prior on charges of common law robbery. This person was accused of stealing an elderly woman's pocketbook off her arm in the Walmart parking lot on this day. The elderly woman was hurt.
We've all done that.
Was expected to be okay. So, now, moving right along, I start looking at this, and I'm like, what is that? What? Okay, so what Aaron went over, offense date, 1999. I was 18 years old, first of all. May 31st was when this was filed. But wait a minute, Aaron. Oh, no. Oh, no. What is this? Is this the complainant? Which means I'm the one that asked for help with, what is it? Stalking? That's right. Come over here to this one.
Right. So Aaron got it all wrong. Everybody got it all wrong.
1,000. Filed the same day as the last one for, me.
Oh.
I was the victim.
She's a victim. And badass.
Same
She's
thing
a
here.
victim
What's
and
this one?
badass. And somebody
This
knocked
one
out her
is
teeth. What happened
my
to the guy who knocked out her
boyfriend at the
teeth?
time, which we were.
What happened to the guy who knocked out her teeth? I think it's illegal. A woman did it or a man? A man knocked out 4 of her teeth and they let him walk scot-free in North Carolina or South Carolina?
We're 18 and 19 years old and upset with each other, I guess. You know? Here's a good one. You might like this. The same guy had an assault on a female a couple years later. So a real good guy, right?
You
What's this
picked
one?
him. You picked him. Now you're picking Pat Dixon.
If I'm not mistaken. Yep. Okay. So this one right here, assault on a female, arrest date. That's in connection with this one. I'm the complainant. Do you see that address? Okay. That's important because that's when I was in the shelter. This man beat me within an inch of my life with I don't even want to say. I'm not going to say.
At the shelter?
I was hurt bad. And I left, called the police as soon as I could, like as soon as I could get down the road away from this person. Got in the car. They drove me to the shelter. And I mean, it didn't matter how much I tried to talk them out of it. My face was all busted up.
How'd you get away from the
so
shelter?
they pressed charges. And that's why here it's state of North Carolina versus not Haley versus.
You left the shelter to
because
walk to
I was
this
like,
guy's
I'm not,
house?
I can't take charges.
You left the shelter to walk to this guy's house to your abuser. That's right out of the Keanu playbook.
So there's that.
She walked to his house.
This was dismissed. Apparently it says right here, dismissed. I don't know. I didn't show up for it. I had an HRO against him. The court gave me an HRO and that was that. I didn't want to come anywhere near him.
And now she's with Pat Dixon.
All right. You're gone. So that happened apparently a couple of years later. I guess he was on probation. He must have been on probation from like 2012 to 2016 because right here's a bond set for it. And then I guess we can talk about my back stuff too here in a second. But before I do that, let me get caught up on this for a sec. Now, let me be very clear. Like I know exactly what I've done in my life. And like I said, I have done nothing but claw my way up ever since. I will be sober from everything 12 years in October. I did it cold turkey. I didn't step down. I didn't go to the methadone clinic. I didn't go to get Suboxone. And I don't judge people that do when it works for them. But for what I've
No
seen,
judgment.
it's sort of a cycle that they get into. You know,
Right.
it's like the doctor gets them hooked on the pain medication.
Bob
They
Levy.
get sick. They go to the methadone
Dixon.
clinic. The methadone clinic keeps them on it, you know, and then I don't know. It's just a
Woody Allen
vicious
thing.
cycle. And it wasn't something that I wanted to ever do. So. All right, let's go through these. Let me say this too. I genuinely don't care whether or not you like me. I genuinely don't
know.
care whether or not
But
you
hit the
judge
like
me.
button. Hit the like
I
button.
don't care.
But hit the
I
like
don't
button.
care. That was 2 decades ago when I made the choices that I made.
Right.
And I've paid for them ever since. And that's about all I can do. The only thing that any of us can do is get better.
Right.
It is to steer your life in the right direction.
Yes.
It's to get away from the people, places, and things, whatever it is that they always say.
Heroin and people that
and
associate
since
with
then,
heroin.
I've had one hell of a career, actually.
As what?
And I'm very proud of myself. So that's fine. Here's a fun fact. I was the same age as April when I got arrested. Kind of weird, right?
Wow.
Kind of odd.
I too am dragon free.
Dope. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shame on me. Yeah, I mean, the first time I would suggest was a mistake, but my biggest mistake in any of it was trusting someone that I thought I could. That was my mistake.
Yeah.
Did I do?
Right.
Did I give them a couple pills? I did. But yes, by the later time, like you saw the calendar,
Just
it's
bad luck.
every week. I was being told it was their payday.
You're too nice. You trusted somebody and they betrayed that trust. Yes. You're never wrong. Pat Dixon's never wrong. It's always somebody else's fault.
Fathers. It was just me. And honestly, it was time for me to get uniforms for school. So yeah, I did it. You got me. By the time I realized some other things that were going on and started picking up on things, one of those being every week. I mean, really, by that point, it was too late anyway. But I just could not fathom this person specifically doing this to me. And by that, I mean wearing a wire and setting me up as a paid informant. So, yes, I'm guilty of what I've done. But by the time I started picking up on it, it started to get physical, where I was threatened. And by that, I mean picking me up by my neck, holding me up against the wall, and other things. So, yeah, I did it.
So the guy was wearing a wire and he threw her up against the wall, held her up against the wall, and that wasn't used in court? I mean, everything she says doesn't make any sense. Somebody broke 4 of her teeth and they let that guy walk away. And now her informant is literally physically abusing her and making her. So again, it's just, it smells like all bullshit, but I don't even give a shit. And I say that because I'm watching just to see if it's true or not. I'm watching to see if it's true or not. I want to see if she denied it, because all the people sweeping for her was like, "That's no way that's her. Nobody would have a name that stupid. Hornbuckle?" And then Pat Dixon's like, she'd be in jail still. I mean, it almost makes your head explode how stupid these motherfuckers are. It almost does. So, and then like somebody pointed out, wait, she was beaten within an inch of her life and they took her to the shelter and not to the hospital? So I'd have to rewatch this because I did have to interrupt. Listen, I feel like I almost have to interrupt because otherwise I get a strike. Because if I just watch and don't stop it, because I got to transform this shit. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But you know, and she won't do rewind. That's fine. I don't allow rewind. So some of the stuff she said, like, so I think she implied she sold drugs. she was selling drugs because she had to buy school supplies. And then you just go, huh? So again, I can almost smell these people. You know, I don't know how to explain it, but like even when I watched her show, I never really watch a show, but sometimes she would be up against me or whatever, or people like she's talking about you, and then I'd watch it, and it was just like, what is she doing? But she covers everybody like she's some kind of expert. Like Carl, she's an expert on everything, and then you're like, what? And so much of it sounds like bullshit. If she was involved with these people and they were, you know, the informant was like holding her up, the case would be thrown out. Or if somebody broke the informant broke 4 of her front teeth or 4 of her teeth, you can't do that. Those kind of things, they would find a guy, you're more guilty than she is. Whatever. So it's all stupid. So she's doing a Ray DeVito thing. She makes up a story that you can't really ever figure out exactly what happened. So you can only go by what the court documents are saying. But everything else is nonsense. Somebody, the informant, you know, she trusted him, but he was also like maybe someone she dated and he was abusive, but still she was the one thrown in the shelter. So again, I'm not a lawyer, but common sense would tell you that somebody punches you in the mouth, breaks your teeth, they're going to be like, yeah, you can't really, you know, he's not. I don't even know what the words are, but any judge would be like, yeah. So what happened again? Well, so the guy would be in way more trouble than she would, especially if he's physically threatening her. So she has an HRO, but then she went to his house. She was in the shelter, but they let her. And again, she's such a junkie crackhead. She was in the shelter, but then she walked to his house, and then he beat her within an inch of her life, and then she walked back to the shelter. It's because I was thinking I was happening at the shelter. I'm like, why wouldn't somebody break it up at the shelter? There must be some kind of security at the shelter. No, but she walked to his house, probably get more drugs. Or to do a hookup. So like a smoothie situation. But after a while, it's just like, I've already been here. I mean, Ray DeVito does this all the time where it's like, this is what's happening. It's like, and he just knows you can't really prove it. Like, where am I going to get this shit guy on the show? The guy that allegedly punched her? Hey, did you punch her? Did you knock 4 of her teeth out? Did you hold her against the wall by her neck? And you were working for the cops? And they allowed that evidence and everything. And they were like, judges like, we don't care what he did to her. She's involved with drugs. That's like a third world country where like they're so anti-drug, like these Saudi Arabia, or they find any cocaine on you, and like that model or whatever that was from London, and she had some cocaine or heroin on her, and she's going to go to jail for 15 years. They don't do that here. She basically got probation for having heroin. So how would this court situation play out where her informant is also beating the shit out of her? But they're like, that's fine. That's fine. We let informants beat the shit. Even in a shitty movie, they wouldn't do that. Oh my God. Again, I guess I just thank God I'm not this big a loser. So, and I wasn't sweeping for, and again, this is why I keep myself independent, because I don't have to sweep for any of these losers. That's number one goal. That's the number one goal. Sweeping for these losers I mean, Melton looks like a fucking, Melton will be like, Kevin said Melton already is a clown. But then he's like, I don't even know Haley that well. I don't even know if it's true or not. But we know if it was about Steel Toe or Chad, they would have done a deep dive. And the fact that she's going to court to get Steel Toe court documents and then fanning them out to all her fanboys.
The time that this is going to oh, it's going to crush her. She's going to crash and burn. I hate to tell you, but as someone,
she'll say, well, it was a long time ago. Pat Dixon said it never happened. Pat Dixon said, but again, that's how Pat Dixon wins people over, especially losers. He's like, no, I believe her. I believe her. I don't even think it's her. And if it is her, she'd still be in jail. She didn't go to jail at all. And again, she didn't have any money. She's a drug addict. And again, we all know drug addicts, I guess. I don't really know them, but I see them. When you go in, when you go into Manhattan, or you go to the train or whatever, you see people like, they're drug addicts. So do they make smart decisions? Probably not. But now she's had a successful career. 3.5 hours. All right, I might not spend too much time on. Again, I listen. I wish I was on some kind of truth serum. So I gotta watch this. I woke up early. I didn't set an alarm, but my clock in my head is like, they woke me up like 9. Okay, so that's a little bit early. I usually wake up. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna go out on my bike, get a sunburn. I am gonna watch. It could backfire. I understand that. Panhandler already kind of warned me. She's going to make a shitload of money, and they're going to give people a shitload of money to stick it to. I'm aware of that. But I want to watch it as close to real time as I can, because once I see a clip, I'll be like, okay, so, well, what happened before and after that? So I'd rather watch it live. I'm going to watch it live. I'm going to watch it this way. Could it backfire? Yes, it could backfire. But it didn't. So I'm willing to roll the dice, because I don't do heroin. So the worst thing that can happen to me is she'll make money for people trying to stick it to me, and I won't make any money. And again, if I don't make money, I can do another show. I'll do a Bobby birthday show. I mean, Flimsy almost put me in a situation. I'm like that guy, Haley's drug informant, where Flimsy's got me up against the wall, saying, you got to do show after show after show to win every day. I'm like, I do, but I will. So today was just like, let's do the show. I'm up. So let's watch. And she's trying to stick it to me, and super chats are trying to stick it to me. I don't give a shit. I'm still gonna watch. So again, I'm not addicted to heroin. I do 5-hour energy. I do some cola. I got to get my teeth fixed. But other than that, my life is not in complete disarray. So if I have a bad day, I'll roll the dice. People are like, what if she makes $17,000 in super tips? People trying to stick it to. It's a chance I got to take. I'm not gonna not do it because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of Haley. Panhandler's like, people are gonna stick it to you. Okay. And so I appreciate the super chats and the support, but again, as much as I can say it, that I had to do it, even though I knew it was kind of a third rail situation, because first of all, I had to watch in real time to see, and I thought she might address it. She only made us wait 3 hours to say, yeah, and then she still made it more about the traffic violations and the stuff, and she only covered the being in the shelter and all that stuff. She kind of went over that pretty quick, because that's where all the meat on the bone is. So you were in a shelter, and people were beating you up, there was then what happened to them? They walk scot-free because they're drug informants. They're informants to the cops, so they can do whatever they want, like Huggy Bear, like Serpico, because the system was so dirty. What, 20 years ago, 15 years ago? Anyone who associates with Dixon is a loser. Perhaps true. Big fan, KB, but you associate with Chad. Help me understand the difference. I don't even know the difference anymore. You got me. I'm done. Chad's going to have to explain. He don't have to do anything. But is he... Also, but Chad associating herself with... Again, Chad shouldn't associate with these people, because, like I said, you associate with super tips, you're associating with and people like that. So and like when he wanted Tukey, she's in that camp. So if I were Chad, I would keep a distance because I don't know why Chad's always like playing footsie with these clowns. He had Carl on his show. He wants Tukey to direct this thing, and now he's him and Haley are friends. I'm not telling him what to do. I'm just saying from where I see it, it looks like they're not your friends. I'm not saying I'm Chad's friend, but Florentine might be, Sam Tripoli might be, Godfrey might be, but is that how they act? So as soon as it's convenient, Godfrey and Florentine shit on Chad, because that's what all these clowns do. Melton and Tukey and the Potato and who else am I forgetting? Nick Ricotta. Whenever it's convenient, they're like, yeah, let's cover Chad. So the only thing I can think of, like, Chad hates Steel Toe more than he hates Haley or any of these clowns, the Melton gang. So I don't even know. I don't even know at this point. Honestly. DJ Electrifier was right the entire time. I don't even know who that is. I know she's on the flimsy board. But Pat Dixon saying it's not even her. Again, Pat Dixon, they do shows together. So he could just call her or text her and be like, is that you? But he's like, it's not her. And if it is her, she'd still be in jail. She never went to jail. She only went to jail because she fucked up. She didn't pay. I don't know. You had to pay your parole officer. Yet she hangs out people do IRL A-logging. Plus, now she's like a political nut job. Oxymorphone controlled opiate painkiller. Again, I don't know what she does now. Permaseal's alleging that. I don't know anything about this. I've never been on heroin. So I've never had to get hooked to heroin and then get off heroin with another drug to compensate for it. But so I don't know. People can guess all they want. A pound of people will be guessing. And then, like I said, same thing with Chrissy. Chrissy got some support for a couple of days, and then they realized, then they moved on because they realized, truth be told, Chrissy's a grifter, and so is this lady. But common thread, common denominator, Pat Dixon. Pat Dixon always shows up where women are losing. That's what we know about Pat Dixon. If Pat Dixon is associated with a woman, she's not doing well. That's a fact. That lady, Mandy Statmiller, he left her penniless. Literally, she was begging for money on the streets. Forget the bike. More day. I did a 5 hour every day. Will you send any cartoon ladies the link today? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to wash this off. No, like it was fine. It was fine. I'm glad I did it. But I gotta, and again, I'm not the kind of guy who's like, well, here's what I think is happening. I was never interested in what I think is happening. But we know these court documents are true. Because she admitted they're true. So that's all I need. That's all I need. I don't need any more than that. Same thing with any of these clowns. Like when they can be like, well, ISO or Nick Ricotta. It's like, no, we have court documents. So I know Nick Ricotta is a piece of shit. No matter what he says, no matter how he tries to spin it. Maybe it's about getting his inspection on his car. The same thing. Maybe that's why his kids have coke in their hair, because he forgot to pay for his inspection sticker. I mean, listen, man. I knew. Listen, when you look at Haley's back shows, she always does long shows, so I wasn't expecting a short show. But you know, this is next level. So again, if a woman's with Pat Dixon, she's not doing well. That's all we know. So now this continues the pattern. Pat Dixon and Haley will do a show, and Pat Dixon will be like, "No, don't worry, don't listen to the haters, because you made some money yesterday." So again, Pat Dixon's a fucking professional loser. That's and again, she seeks out losers, just like Keanu. She seeks out losers. She does. Every guy she's associated with is a loser. Even now when she's clean, she's still hanging out with Pat Dixon and Patrick Melton and losers like that. North Kakalaki Frank Lucas is so damn cool. I don't know what that guy did, but yeah, I agree. Can you believe this Haley lady committed worse crimes than Ski Mask Mom, and her excuse is, well, Aaron did ecstasy one time. R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. With all due respect. It's always this. He didn't even get the state right. He said I was in North Carolina. He said I was South Carolina. It's North Carolina. Right? So we're going to have to throw the whole thing out. We're going to have to dismiss the whole case because the lawyer got the state wrong. I mean, it's the same. And Aaron, it's all about Aaron. Melton covered Aaron Himmel yesterday for hours. Nothing new on Aaron, but plenty new on this lady. And then Melton's like, I don't even know her. Did I ever meet her? I know I had a lot of back pain at Hackmania. Did I meet her? The Clippers have their work cut out from navigating her long-winded incompetence. Yeah, and then if I don't watch it live, I'd be sitting there and be like, oh, she covered it. So they'll cut the part where she said, yeah, I did this, I did that. And that don't even make sense. So people are just beating her half to death. And but she was still being held accountable. But none of the guys that were beating her were? Okay. I have never talked to Toe Electra. She's a liar. I've never spoken to Toe. Yeah, again, I don't know how these people get. Yeah, I guess listen to. I guess he's looking at the Dr. Chow. This makes the brain on drugs that true. Say no. I don't know. I think people think it's cool to do drugs, but it's not cool when you're addicted. That's a fact. To be fair, heroin comes from poppies, organic. Adam called the show Raging Dull. That is pretty good. That's pretty good. Raging Dull. And let me thank again Danny G, Stephen M, Bulgarian. I wrote them down, and I was writing down Raging Dull because I won't remember. And then, yeah, StreamYard might take the show down. I have to constantly be on my guard when StreamYard's going to all of a sudden go, hey, you got 2 minutes to keep the show up. Not one that's live once it's done. And sometimes I might want to refer back to it. Anyway, RDRX gets it. Street credits among criminals are real thing. They think. Ask Jimmy Martinez. It's like, yeah, but I'm hanging around with Smoothie and I haven't slept all weekend. I'm all drunk and rolling dice. Ricotta, Melton, Dr. Stephen, now Haley have all lost to the toe. They should apologize before it does any more damage. I don't know. I don't know how you don't think. It's like when Bobby Kelly attacked me at the Comedy Cellar. Gary Gulman was a different thing because Gary Gulman's a piece of shit. But then when Bobby Kelly kind of came at me, the next day I was like, I think I texted Bobby. I go, yeah, I probably had that comment because I've been talking shit about him but I was genuinely hated Bobby. And then after a while, it just became like a gag, like a bit. But when Bobby Kelly finally snapped, I was like, but again, all these shows do show about a steel toe. And then when steel toe's like, and then they fuck up and they're like, why doesn't steel toe let it go? Steel toe let it go. Like, remember when the pedophile network, when Isa got busted, they're like, can we move on? They've been covering Stuttering John for 4 years. And they're like, can we move on? They're still doing the Blunder Years. They're probably doing it right now. Hey, can we move on? But then they're like, Steel Toe's obsessed with this Haley stuff. I am now too. That's why I like my show, because I can move around. I'm independent, like all the single ladies. Even Dr. Steve. I'd love to know how many times he doesn't care. I'd love to know how many times she doesn't care in this video stream. She's super cool. She's super cool. She doesn't give a fuck. And then she's crying, but she's badass. but she was abused, and it's the same old bullshit. Someone's going to be Golem in 5 to 10 years. I don't know what that means, but I agree. If Haley covered Haley, she'd call herself lying trash. This is 100%. I don't even know this guy. He might be a new guy, but it is 100% true. And I'm just agreeing wholeheartedly because it's well said. And he said it. He sent $5. He could have sent it with $2. If Haley covered Haley, she'd call herself a lying trash. That's my point. And his point is that's all she does. She sit there and watch Carmix and whoever Melton tells her to watch. Same people Pat Dixon watch. Same people they all watch. But then when it's back at her, she's like, you guys are really the lore of the internet. You guys are really going nuts with this. Are we? Steel Toe sending that nude could have killed just as many people as Big Red selling H. Nothing to see here. I mean, she was mad that he got the state wrong. South Carolina instead of North Carolina. But yeah, the whole steel toe thing was so stupid. But again, it's not guys have been doing it for decades. Since the Polaroids have been around. But he got Piscante. So, but they're trying to act like, yeah, that's a felony. That's crazy what he did. I mean, what's crazy what he did is getting hooked up with Nick Ricotta and letting somebody else fuck his wife. If somebody else fucked your wife, but don't give him your blessing. Can you send someone tolerable a link, please? She's boring. The Raging Dull. Is anyone in Delaware accountable for their life? Haley, Chad Zumach, Gilly, Ricotta, Dixon, all victims. They should learn humility and accountability from Clearwater. Clearwater Chad, yes. Yes! First of all, Clearwater Chad is not doing this for a living. Kaylee says she makes all this money, but she does 5-hour shows and whatnot. So I don't know anything about her. People have been suggesting she's got a lot of baby daddies. I don't know. Is she ever going to cover that? I don't know. But they're all victims. Yeah, you're right. They're all like, I can't. You guys don't know what happened. Remember Chad said he had a look-alike? I was like, come on. You can't write this shit. I have an evil twin. He had an evil twin. She thinks Aaron harassed the radio station doing Shock Shack. She's close, but it all makes sense now. I mean, it all makes sense because they're all stupid. And again, I could have easily just watched it like everybody else, quietly. Shh. But I don't know what I would have done. And again, I've already been through this where, people give people money to stick it to me. And I'm like, I'm going live anyway. Let's roll the dice. Let's roll the dice, Lindsay. Let's see what happens. But then you watch, it's the same thing. Same thing Chrissy Mayer did. I watched Chrissy Mayer on, I think it was Father's Day or Mother's Day, when she's like, I'm going live to address this. And then she was like, I can't really talk about it. I can't. It's like, you people don't even know how to do a fucking show. When you finally got an audience, you don't even know how to do a fucking show. Tell Haley that a felony follows you for life. And you tell Gino. We like dabblers who follow and respect them. We do. We'd have no shows. Ray got in a car accident twice in one day. 2 different states. And Ray's like, never happened. And then he said one was a fender bender. And the cops showed up for both. Cops don't show up for fender benders. They should have got, I think Ray got a guy who probably, could have easily got thrown out of the country by ICE. They should throw Ray out and keep that guy, the African guy he hit. Alias given drug added hillbillies a bad name. 100% Butnoid. She gives drug addict a bad name. She's the only drug addict to never drive around high. No, she was there, but it was her dad died. Her dad died. So, it was just, she took a left at a stop sign and her dad died. So, what? I don't even know where the needle goes. I don't even know how do you do drugs? I don't know anything. I didn't even know her name was Hornbuckle. First she's denying it, then she's like, everybody knew. She doesn't even cry while you think she'd watch enough comics to learn. So yeah, and I thought she was definitely gonna cry better when her dad when her dad was like, yeah, and then we got into a car accident, and then my dad died. That night, I didn't even have a car because I lost my registration. This is classic Zumakian level dissembling, focusing on irrelevant topics adjacent to the issue and going into hyper detail on those irrelevant topics. Yes. Chad did it to me. He used to do it to me. Kevin doesn't even know. He thinks I have a roommate. I'm like, no, I asked in your Patreon if you had a roommate. I don't assume anything. Because again, I usually don't have to. Tomorrow's Chris Watts Day, by the way. I looked up Chris Watts last night to try to help me sleep. August 13th, Chris Watts Day. I thought it was the 14th, but it's the 13th. Me and Chad, we have that in common. We agree that's a great documentary. Yeah, but they all do it. Even Melton, Melton was doing it yesterday, covering anything but Haley. And then Pat Dixon was like, he was covering Keanu because that's a hot topic. Anybody that was Hackmania wasn't covering Haley. But when I guess Pat Dixon was talking about on the Lucy show, and he was like, it's not, I don't even think it's her. And if it was, she'd still be in jail. Both wrong. All you got to do is, hey, Haley, is that you? Just text her. This is boring, KB. So can we talk about the fact that big booty Latina OSC is now single, ready to mingle? Yeah, I heard that. I don't know if that was true. That's incredible. I thought that guy, I thought she was going to dump that guy eventually. You know, the guy looks like fucking Josh Denny. You're not going to become president if your fucking husband looks like Josh Denny. Google stop dance the night away with Ray DeVito, allegedly. I didn't see it. Hello?
People keep saying, jump on, but I'm not home, but I'm listening to your coverage.
Okay, well, everyone's saying you're sweeping for Haley yesterday, and I thought maybe to stick it to Steel Toe doesn't make any sense.
No, my whole thing was, let's hear what she has to say, because I know there's two sides of the story, because I know my situation, and I know what happened, so I was like, all right, let's hear what she has to say, and she completely lost the narrative today. She lost me.
With what? I mean, she wouldn't cover it. She made it more about the traffic stuff than the real shit. She was on a shelter for months, and then she left the shelter, and a guy beat her within an inch of her life, and then she walked back to the shelter. She didn't even go to a hospital. Like none of the real shit makes any sense. So at this point, it's like it's par for the course for the Dalvers, and nothing. When everybody gives their version of the facts, it's like the facts don't even make sense once you finally even get the facts. So you have to just go by like what the courts say. Like Nick Ricotta would say, no, he never did coke with his kids, but the court documents would suggest that he did do coke with his kids. So, but he'll be like, no, what happened was. So as soon as somebody says what happened was, I almost want to just shut the show off.
Well, I agree with you totally. She can't bounce back and forth from victim to badass. That's where she lost me. I go, yeah, you lost the narrative, man. So I gave her the benefit of the doubt, but after hearing what she had to say, like, she lost it. Like, she totally grifted the audience, for sure. Yeah,
they're all losers. I mean, to associate with, like, Melton, Pat Dixon, why do you even take her side? Just assume that she's a piece of shit like all these other losers that are in the fucking get-along gang. And, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. You'd be like, maybe she's different. She's not. First of all, you know she's a loser right off the bat because she was at Hackmania. So nothing but losers showed up at Hackmania. So she's like a hot, quote-unquote hot Dabbleverse gal. But she's not. She's fat, probably. But only losers went to Hackmania, and I'm including Dr. Steve. Sorry, Dr. Steve. So if she was a winner, she wouldn't be in the Dabbleverse, and she wouldn't be at Hackmania. That's a fact. So you got to assume right off the bat, she's a fucking loser. And then today, she's like, she wants to cry, but then she's badass. And Pat Dixon said, it's not even her. And if it was her, she'd still be in jail. I mean, it's pathetic. So people are saying, Chad's sweeping. I'm like, Chad's sweeping for her. She's Chad, how many times has Chad tried to fucking align himself with the shitwayer or Carl or Tukey or using super tips? After a while, you're like, what are you even doing?
Well, she DM'd me, and I go, all right, let's see how. I'd like to hear what you have to say. You know, I get it. Two sides.
She DM'd you for what reason?
Because I was covering Steel Toe dancing on her grave, and Aaron lost it too. And I was like, yeah, you look like an asshole doing what you're doing.
I thought Aaron looked great. I thought Aaron was fucking spot on.
So I was like, I'll hear what she has to say. And then she lost me today. So I was like, because I know from my situation, there was, all the shit that was being said about me. And by the way, on paper, what she's done is way worse than anything I've ever done. That's a fact.
So she's worse than Chad. Okay, everybody. I don't know if I know Pat Dixon and Melton won't agree with that, but you're saying she's way worse than you.
100%. And the fact that Pat Dixon was referring to me as a criminal, I'm like, what about your co-host? How are you going to talk about that tomorrow? She's an actual felon. I'm not.
She was in a shelter. You've never been in a shelter.
Not once.
Oh my God, you would get gold in a shelter. You would get super chats till the end of time.
Yeah, but I was watching it, and I just wanted to call in because I'm not sweeping for her. And I said, but I want to give her the benefit of the doubt because I understand being in that situation. Because the story, but she kind of didn't talk about it. I would ask, are you a felon? Did you sell heroin? Are you guilty of that? Like, just ask the questions and be done with it.
Yeah, it was insane. And then she wanted to talk about more about traffic stuff than all the other serious stuff. So it's this classic, like, there's really nothing here. By the time she gets to it, you're so kind of bored. You're like, and then you just like, just fucking spit it out so we can fucking move on. But she dragged it out so bad and then she talked about like the real serious stuff for just like a couple of minutes. She'd rather talk about what Steel Toe said or, what the traffic violations, or he got the name wrong of the state, North versus South Carolina. It's all fucking stupid. But Chad, you're going live because I can't. I'm not. Bob Levy's doing a show at 3:00. It's his birthday. Pat Dixon tried to do a Bob Levy birthday grift last night. It backfired. And then so Bob's firing Pat Dixon for today. Now he's going to do a 3:00 show with Perry. But you should go up against Bob. I don't even care what you do. Anyway, I've been live 4 hours since fucking 10:15. So my mouth is tired, and I got to read some more.
I've been listening the whole time.
All right, I gotta read some more super chats. Are you gonna go live to cover it?
Not today. I got too much shit going on.
All right. Good luck with the special.
All right. God bless you.
Well, I guess that makes sense. That again, I stay independent. I stay independent because I can't. But it does make sense that I said that. I said Chad's probably having a thing with Steel Toe, so he was doing Steel Toe, and then I thought Steel Toe's coverage was great. I thought I was entertained, but I was going to watch it yesterday, but then we didn't, and then today this. So I thought if things got real weird with her, and then she was going to put up a lot of weird pictures, that I could always pivot over to Steel Toe covering it. But after a while, once she puts up the pictures, I'm like, whatever. After a while, you're like, I don't even give a shit. Allegedly, allegedly. There's no proof. There's no court document saying they were dancing at a gay disco. Alicia made more than $398. $398 Bob made one day for 7 hours. Pat Dixon always wins. If you're hobnobbing with Pat Dixon, you're about to hit the jackpot. Powerball, I think, is 1 billion, everybody. Stokely, buy some Powerball tickets. I know I will. I'm glad I reminded myself because I would have forgot. $398. I think you can buy a Powerball for $2 still. There's a $5. Anyway, $398 might get you one ticket. There will be a RICO case surrounding soup. There should be. It's illegal to not pay taxes, right, Permasil? Don't you pay taxes on your income over a certain level? Yeah, there's going to be a RICO case. The same crooked cops who framed Nick Ricotta framed Haley. Yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe that a cop was beating her half to death, and nothing happened to him. They're like, sorry, lady. That's the way we run things here. Men can do whatever they want. If they're police informant, they can do whatever they want. That's why the whole thing's shady, but she does it on purpose. So there's a lot of gray area. Like, wait, what happened again? And she'd be like, here's what he did. So he beat the shit out of you a couple of times, the police informant, nothing happened to him. She'd be like, no, Kevin misunderstood. Yeah, because you told the story deliberately, confusingly. So everyone would be like, huh? Zero accountability. That's a Dabbleverse. Melton didn't even, I think Melton was saying he didn't even know who the Cornbuckle girl was. He was like, I had a lot of back trouble at Hackmania, so I don't even remember if I met her, because he was doing a lot of that. You wouldn't want to meet Bedburg in a dark alley. Is that on a, oh, you're talking about Haley. She has a NCIC federal database record and Interpol. She does. You guys are fucking. You guys know how to look up anything. Sorsa wanted me to put a closed caption, and then Panhandler explained it to me to text how it could do closed caption, and I'm like, I'm not doing closed caption. I'll lose the whole fucking show. StreamYard stinks. I know on YouTube it's easy, but this is StreamYard, and so you guys can find NCIC, which I don't even know what it stands for, federal database, but I don't know how to make it a closed caption. I'm a boomer. Is that pic you watch your wife's? Is that pic you watching your wife's? Yeah, allegedly. It's hilarious. Pat Dixon uses it. So you know Pat Dixon's doing it. It's a winning strategy. Heroin Haley is a victim. Don't you see, KB? I got the hat. Heroin Haley. Same color as her hair. I didn't buy it. I sent Cheddar out because I didn't have enough time. It's a good hat, though. Cheddar texts me during the thing. He goes, what size? I go, it doesn't matter. I don't think I'm going to wear it. I just have to hold it. I can't wear the hat where I'm doing my over the headphones anyway. I like this. I like this. Not because it's, I just, the Astros hat is a good hat. I mean, now I sound like Ray DeVito. I'll be opening baseball cards soon. Yeah, they're all victims. Everybody's a victim. They just got bad luck. The one guy she trusted turned out to be a police informant. But how come I don't get turned in by police informants? Because I don't do heroin or coke with my kids. You're a Dalvers Maury Povich, KB. Thank you. Thank you for your service, Ambrose Burnside. And again, I got to go live. Because again, if I don't go live, then first of all, I said I was going to go live. I said I was going to get a hat. And I did. I told you Ga was a bad egg. Who's Ga? Lady Ga? Ga. I don't even know who Ga is. Lady Gaga? Ga. In honor of Mrs. Hornbuckle, Marlboro just released a special edition Big Red cigarettes. It has 20 filters. That's a good one. Yeah, I don't know what she looks like in real life. Mountain will be like, I don't even know. Did I meet her? Moody, did I meet her? Did I meet Big Red? I met so many people I don't remember meeting. It has 20 filters. See what he did there, Ray? Because she used a lot of filters, just like they use in Marlboro Red. When I used to caddy, Irv would smoke the Camel no filters. They had a big cigarette machine right next to the soda machine. What a fucking glorious time. What a glorious time. Kids just buying cigarettes and sodas. Haley would have sold April H2. Thank God she couldn't due to physical location. Yeah, she's like, it's like April. Steel Toe's way worse because he sent a picture to, again, Steel Toe did fuck up. But sending a picture of Gino, getting involved with Gino in any way, shape, or form was a huge mistake. But doing a wife swap with a guy who does a lot of coke, that's not smart. That is not smart. She also fabricated her whole journalism career. Again, I don't know anything about that. She's had a successful career doing what? And now she says her show stinks. And again, I'm not just going by today. If I've ever watched it in the past, sometimes like maybe she'll pop up on my thing and I'll watch because maybe she's watching Steel Toe. But it's the same. It's like Melton without the hunchback, just droning on and on about what a piece of shit Steel Toe or Carmix is. And it turns out, oh, she's a piece of shit too. Whoa, what are the odds? She should be locked up for that ridiculous filter. I got to get that. Can I fix my teeth? Picked her up by the neck and held up against the wall. The Goldman tree. Yeah, she got Goldman. But again, he was let go. Nothing happened to him, Rapey Ray. And maybe that's true because nothing happened to Gary Goldman either. Because, you know, that was, like I said, Noam. I know how the tribe will react to this one. They'll look the other way when it comes to Goldman. If I'd done that to somebody, if I'd done it to Dan Natterman, yeah, I would have suffered some consequences. But Gary Goldman doing it to me, you're going to look the other way, Kevin. And Kevin, you probably had it coming. I didn't. I said Gary Goldman was a violent fucking piece of shit on Valentine's Day in response to his comedy tips. And he didn't take a shine to that. She sounds like every career criminal in court. Yeah, just bad luck. The one guy she trusted. The one person in the whole wide world. That's why I was like, her dad? Her dad was a police informant? Yeah, Judge, man, I get all that, but I live in it now. Moving forward, they know Steel Toe abuses his kids. It's exactly what she would have said. Hey, can we live in it? Yeah, let's move on. They were covering stuff that Stuttering John did decades ago, but they want to move on from the ISO. What, in 2 days? Okay, we're going to move on. I mean, these people all have the same fucking pathetic loser strategies. But I'm still going to call this the Raging Doll. This episode is more embarrassing than the heroin addiction. Mine or hers? Wait, I'm not addicted. 3 hours of her bullshitting us. Send the paid information. Send the paid. I would fucking kill for this guy. I would kill for this guy. Does anybody know who the informant was? He must be on some documents. Well, I guess they paid informant. They keep him anonymous. Carlos Danger, look up to see if Kenyatta Bryant's out because we know we can track him. Stevie thinks Kenyatta Bryant was set free into the wild. Irony abounds. I'm still using the other one. Raging Doll. Irony abounds. Haley sold opiates for the Keith. Yeah, she did say that, right? Because I know. Listen, I had to stop it and talk a little bit over. I don't want to get a strike for not because then Melton and all his gang would be all high five. I don't want to get a strike for not transforming it. But I think at one point she said she sold drugs because she needed new clothes. School was getting back, and they need it for school supplies or school clothes. These are people that just they tell themselves enough stories, and they it's like an act, you know, a comedy act. You try out new stuff, and then you hone it, you whittle it down, and so this is what these losers do. They start out with a story. She was selling drugs to help her kids get some new pencils and erasers. It's incredible. Hey, KB, I went back and watched your stream with Scarlett. As a nurse, I was able to decipher what happened. It was all protocol. She just explained it like someone mentally ill. I think you're right, Katerina. But again, that's the problem. She doesn't. Yeah, from their side, from the professional side, you know, people coming to the hotel, she pulls the fire alarm, and then who shows up first? The police or the fire? So there's probably mayhem at the hotel, and then they were like, okay, who's causing it? She's saying she was getting beat up by somebody. So then then who knows? And then people are calling saying she's mentally ill. So the problem is we don't get their side, just like we're not going to get the informant side. So she's saying, Haley's saying she's not a bad person. She sold opiates for the kids. And then everybody on Scarlett's thing is like, no, well, she's again. I'm just here. I'm Maury Povich. And thanks for the super tips and super chats and Flimsy and Katarina is a good egg. We know that, and she's gonna go live herself. She's gonna start going live. Mystical Everything Redemption Arc around number 5. This will be one. Mystical Everything was Kang's. Talking about last night. What was he on last night? I mean, that's the funniest clip of the year, though. Him. I don't know how that green screen never gets knocked over with all the chaos in that room. It's a green screen, right? Or did he paint this wall, MLC, the same green screen I have? How does he have MLC? And how's that green screen never get knocked down? KB, great show. From this day forward, you'll be known as the Factivists instead of the, yes. Listen, it's hard to clip a 4-hour show. So the clippers will do what they can with it. But the reality is, if you saw her talking about she's being in a shelter, you'd be like, oh, you'd actually be sympathetic towards her, I guess. But if you watch it in its entirety, you're like, she kept putting it off to do more of a grift. Keep sending me money, and then I'll eventually talking about it. And then, but she made it about traffic. It was just nonsense. But if I didn't know it, I'd be like, oh, I guess she did talk about it. And again, I started the show. I was watching the show on my phone. When she went live, I had it on my phone. And then I'm like, well, I don't know when she's going to. I just want to see from the. I don't want to miss anything because I want to see from the get-go. She said, these are all lies. Because she was implying on Twitter that they were all lies and that it was all fabricated. What did we learn? Are you talking about from the Chad call? Chad's going to cover this. I'd have Steel Toe on in a second, but he can't come on my show because he'll go back to jail for Lady Ricotta. He was like a Roomba yesterday. Now look at he's sweeping. Well, I could see why. Listen, I'm not sweeping for anybody, but I could see if Chad shitting. And I said that before Chad called. I said Chad might have been shitting on Steel Toe, and then he figures, he hates Steel Toe more than Haley. So I don't hate Steel Toe. I mean, that's a fact. So again, I don't cover him, but I don't hate him. So what did we learn? I think we learned that. He was a Rumba yesterday. Now look at his ex. Yeah, I call it Twitter. But you might have been trying to save money. Great show. I don't know if it's a great show. I think got stuck for a second. I don't know if it's a great show, but thank you. It's another show. Oh, this is the show I beat Mark Maron on too. So maybe this is indicative of what like Mark Maron said. I guess that's the show. Remember he contacted Chad. He's like, yeah, Brennan just says terrible things about people, and I guess that's the show, pretty much. So it is the show. We just watched Losers Lose. Thank you for all your support today. Her victim mentality is also 2 decades too late. But she acted like it was all out there, and we're losers for not discovering it sooner. But then when it was discovered, all the people that were at Hackmania with her were like, I don't even think it's her. I mean, it's fucking pathetic. Get a hat for your hat. I like this hat. I like just having it. It's good colors. I don't know. I'm not even an orange guy, but the hat looks good. Go live until Saturday. What time is it? The Warlock Gypsy could decipher that stream. Isn't he a psychiatrist? Allegedly. Chad says no. Chad says he's not. All these misunderstandings keep happening. Maybe it's me. I don't even know. I think, they always say, I don't know what they say. But the guys who are in and out of the incarceration and then in the courts and the juries, I think they just get so used to lying that they don't know any other way. They don't know any other way, and they just so used to lying that they figure that's safer. Because George Washington said always tell the truth, or somebody like that said always tell the truth. But these people are the opposite. Or the truth will set you free, but So they're always they're always kind of lying because I guess they maybe you do get rewarded in the criminal system by lying because, I mean, you can plead the fifth. So that's the equivalent of like, yeah, I don't want to lie, so I'm going to plead the fifth. So the criminal defense, the way the courts are set up here, the way, the founding fathers set it up, it's like you're almost better off being a liar. And they got to prove it. You're innocent until proven guilty. So just keep lying. If they can prove that you're lying, and again, all the criminals know that the prisons are packed. So even if you did something, even if you and even if you get caught in a lie, you can always say, well, I was on drugs. I misunderstood the question. It's really Chad's fault. It's Steel Toe's fault. What about Carmix? What about Carmix? He did coke with his kids. Oh no, that's Nick Ricotta. So they do a lot of misdirection. What about over there? What about he didn't even get the state right. He don't know anything about anything. And I can be trusted. My name is Haley. And I got beaten half to death by a guy who was a police informant. But nothing happened to him. And you're like, okay, so I think they just lie constantly to quote unquote protect themselves. And again, the way the country's set up, these guys all lie. You go to any prison, they're all say everybody the old joke is, the old adage is, everybody in prison was set up or they're all innocent. So they just either they lie so much that they believe their own lies, or they just know it's safer to be a liar. Let them prove that you did it. So then once we finally have the documents saying, oh, look at this cornbuckle lady, and they're all still lying for her. They're like, we don't even know. I don't even think that's her. That don't even look like her. Well, when she's on a stream, that don't look like her with these 20 filters that you use. So again, but they'll cover it today. They'll be like, I can't even believe it. Or they'll say it's much ado about nothing, or let's move on. Like on Network did. Can we move on? But let's cover Stuttering John for the millionth day in a row. But let's move on from ISO. The guy's in jail for being. So again, guy does coke with his kids. We got Adam Bush. His best friend is in jail for. I mean, this is next level. I should be in a mental hospital from all the fucking torment I got to deal with. Now I'm going to be the victim. I'm the victim. These people are mean to me. They put up pictures of my teeth. I'm going to sue them for slandering my teeth. This is mean. I can't take it. I need to lay down. All right, we're ending it. Not in that way. We're ending the stream. We're caught up. Thank you to everybody. And I'm definitely going to go. Well, I don't want to jinx myself, but I did say I was going to snipe it. I did say I was going to wear a hat. Have a hat. So I'm not going to say I'll do a show later, but I'll probably do something later as a surprise. Maybe I'll show up at Haley's house. Maybe I'll be the new police informant. And the one guy in the whole wide world I trusted was a police informant. But how come police informants are never trying to contact me? Because I don't do the H. I don't do the H. Simple solution. Don't do the H. How about that? You ever looking at that? Patty Dixon.